This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarpus.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Cruisers FC head on down to Florida and cracking the cup
right there.
to make
Can you turn the audio up in my right ear?
triumphant return as we try to decipher it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had an issue here on episode 127, I believe it is. See, there's a thing that we plug all of our headphones into.
Is that the technical term? A thing?
Yeah, I believe it's
like a black.
What is it called?
Square.
What does it
It's
say
got
right
knobs.
there? What does it
amp.
say?
It says
Amplifier.
amp.
It's an amplifier that gives everyone like their audio feed, and we busted the plug.
When you say we busted the plug, I was not present.
I mean, John busted the plug.
It was broken before I arrived.
Well, it was broken because you broke it a few months ago.
I walked in, I saw Alex on the porch.
Yeah. We tried to do the weather
Fucking
report.
with it.
Nothing was happening. So Brent Miller has gone
So
out
you
to
and
an
Alex
Ace
probably
Hardware.
got tangled in it trying to suck each other off
No.
during the weather report.
John, stop that.
And pull the cable loose.
So usually, so we're wearing
Well, they were
cans.
pulling the cables, all right.
Right.
We're wearing the headphones, right? And we don't have our amplifier's broken. So basically, you can't in the studio here. You can't hear any of the drops. Like I press this button. What's that button?
That's awesome.
No one in here. Pete Shahada can't hear it. He's just sitting there.
He's
He
not
can't
paying
hear
attention.
shit.
He's on his phone.
He's looking at Liverpool
There's
gifs.
only one person here and they don't care.
Hot boy gifs. We use a splitter. We're using how many splitters? 4 splitters.
Right. Yeah, I said let's use a 4-prong splitter, and of course, no human being has those anymore.
So none of us can really hear our exact levels. Let's go around the panel and say which ear you can hear out of. I can hear out of my left.
I can also hear out of my left.
Okay, Travis.
I can also only hear out of my left.
John.
I had just checked and it is my left.
So we can only hear out of our left ear. So everything is fucked until Brent Miller gets back with. He went to Ace Hardware an hour ago for a 12 volt
Morgan,
plug.
let me stop you right there. I'd like to announce the first annual ACES Radio Kickstarter campaign to fund the technology for this podcast.
That's right. You can buy it at Aces Hardware.
If you pledge at a high enough level, you can get it.
Go to Germantown, Pennsylvania, Germantown, Ohio.
And if you give us $1,000, we will never record
I'd like
again.
to, as a follow-up to that,
Yeah.
Okay.
announce the first annual ACES Radio Cannonball Run, which is just us sending Brent to different stores.
That's right, Brent, you dirty bitch. How dare you? Get over there and buy us stuff. I didn't even really ask him. He just left. He's like,
Are you sure that's where you even went then?
I'm going to go to Ace Hardware and buy something.
So when he comes back, we should just act like something else is broken.
Yes.
Go
We
get
see
us
how
a
many
4
stores
prong
in one
splitter.
night he'll go
Get
to.
Darby
for
a
us.
dick that doesn't just, what did you say?
Cough dust.
Cough dust.
That sounds like a way
It
to
is
get...
funny that he didn't go to Target. Or,
Yeah.
Or even maybe...
Well, it sounds like ACES is closer.
It's very close.
Nominally.
Oh, also,
Although I don't think that's
You
the kind
should
of
be
thing
back
they'd have
on
at a
it.
hardware store.
no,
So-
just like a plug? No, of course they
no,
wouldn't.
No.
They told us because I went through all of the back offices and the brewery and everything here at Endeavor and was unplugging all their shit, trying to find one plug that works. Didn't find it.
So when all the beer next month tastes fucking weird, it's because you unplugged things.
So what's his name was like, I'm sure they have it at Ace Hardware as long as you leave. Like, okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program, the guest on segment 2. Joining us here on segment 1, long time, not first time, Irvine Travis.
Hey, great to be back.
Irvine.
Good to hear you guys in my left ear.
Welcome back to ACES Radio.
I'm sorry, could you speak into my good ear?
Well, which one would that be? He's old. He's an old guy.
All this to say, if our levels are totally and completely fucked, or if you can't hear someone, it's because of Brett Miller.
Turn up your goddamn radio and quit
Yeah.
bitching.
One piece of housekeeping, lads, before we get in the meat and potatoes of ACES Radio. This happened, I believe, when did we record last week? Wednesday?
Sure.
Had to have been Wednesday. Steve Lyons was hired as the, Executive Vice President and Chief Business Officer of Cruisers FC. And if you're looking for... we're going to do
There's
that.
very mild applause happening from 2 people.
Big Steve fans here.
If you're looking for someone who had more to do with the crew being saved, you're not going to find him, because Steve Lyons is the topmost of the
Excuse
popmost.
me. John Zadar is literally sitting across the table from me right now.
What's
Hate
that?
to see that.
I mean, you want to talk to a guy who had everything to do with Save the Crew.
Drabs,
Clearly,
we know that the Columbus Partnership had a lot, if not almost everything, to do with saving the crew. Alex Fisher's always going to get a lot of credit, and deservedly so. Like, that guy just killed it. But Steve Lyons was the guy behind the scenes that really made everything happen. I mean, he was the one that was meeting with Mark Abbott every time he was here. He was the guy that got the Acura thing together. Like, Steve Lyons is a goddamn legend. Your thoughts on the next head of business at Cruisers FC?
I think it's a fantastic hire. I mean, this is a guy who has connections to all of the movers and shakers in Columbus. The partnership has involvement with every major corporation in the area. So somebody who brings that sort of experience and those networking capabilities to this position is all you could dream for. That being said, Alex Fisher is probably super pissed right now.
Whoa.
His dude is just like, oh, yeah, thanks. I'm going to go work for the team now.
I'm out of here, bitches.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm assuming your microphone is on, but I cannot hear you at all.
You sound good in my
I can
left
hear
ear.
him.
I can hear Travis, and I can hear you.
I can hear me.
Really?
I can
You
hear
can't
him.
hear him?
Not really. I mean, like, I'm aware of you
turn him up,
speaking
then.
only because I'm mildly annoyed.
You're a dick.
Let me smash.
John, you were involved with Save the Crew, not on a very
What's that, though?
significant level, but you were. Sometimes you would stand outside of the meetings we were having, and you'd go,
Lick the glass.
"Can I come in?" And we'd say, "Somebody throw something at that bitch," and then you'd scurry away like a scared ferret. That's what we called you. We called you the
scared ferret.
varmint.
Scared ferret.
Yeah.
That's what I was known
Your
as.
thoughts on Steve Lyons?
I don't know a lot about him as the scared ferret, so mostly just what he smells
But
like.
it sounds great. Oh,
He's a good guy.
someday we'll have
Knows what he's doing.
Andrew King on here, and he'll talk about his obsession with how Steve Lyons smells.
Yeah,
Because there's a
it's weird.
yeah, it was like a thing we talked about at Save the Crew leadership
More than
meetings.
once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You smell really good.
he smells great.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Is he good with kids?
He wears like Patagonia
Probably.
stuff. He wears like vests.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, this guy just get off of a mountain, except not in an Anthony Precourt way.
Right. I
Yeah,
wish I could pull off a vest.
yeah,
He's got a lot to do.
yeah. The important
Symbolic.
part is that he has personal relationships with the CEOs, the CFOs, the presidents, the board of governors or whatever of every important company in Central Ohio, which means that that door is now open to the Columbus Crew in a way that it never, ever, ever has been before. I'm telling you, I feel like the training wheel's been taken off this organization, Travis.
I mean, it's a good move. It's symbolic of, I mean, here we are halfway through the new season, right? The new era, and they've just made this hire. Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show how much work still needs to be done. I don't think people fully appreciate how dismantled the front office was in
Yes.
the era of Precourt. I remember Taylor Twellman tweeting at Columbus Crew fans, "What the hell, Columbus?" when we had 9,000 fans on a freezing Wednesday or whatever.
We just hired a person who's in charge of fucking business.
Business, yeah. I mean, Locknane must have really done a lot of deals. He was pulling out wires over there, kind of like Morgan was doing in the back room here.
Removing all the
Endeavor.
W's from the keyboard.
Yeah, just pulling
Yeah.
them all off. Like, I don't know what happened.
Fuck him. That's why. Anybody else got any thoughts on Steve Lyons other than he better come on Aces Radio? Draps.
Phrasing? Are we not doing that anymore?
Moving the fuck on! Cruisers FC traveling to Florida to take on the OrlandoCity.myshopifys.coms. In formation, you're familiar 4-3-3 with starters Joe Bednick in net, Awful, Williams, Sauro, and Francis across the back, Guzman, Trapp, and Artur across the middle, and Argudo, Spanish for Argudo, Zardes, and Sanch up front. Like I said, Bendick. Your subs, Buba comes on for Sauro in the 25th, Akam for Argudo in the 63rd, and Sosa for Guzman. He slides out of all your DMs and into the 11 in the 82nd. Your cards, none for Cruisers FC. Orlando picks up 4 yellows, and importantly, Dom Dwyer gets a red in the 3rd minute of stoppage time for being possibly the biggest fucking punk bitch in all of soccer. A straight elbow behind him to Josh Williams' head, which results in a concussion.
A concussion.
Yeah. And Josh Williams is now on concussion protocol, and no one knows when he's going to come back.
What happens to Dom Dwyer, like, after the red card? I mean, he gets fined, right?
Chlamydia.
Does he get chlamydia?
I mean,
Garber going to give him chlamydia?
He might get extra games. I did like the suggestion that he doesn't even, like, serve his penalty games until after Josh Williams comes back. Because if say he misses an additional 2 games, what if Josh is out 5? Like, if you're gonna
do that on purpose,
a red card because you deliberately injured somebody, you should miss as many games as they do plus an additional number.
I'm gonna look this up.
I agree, and he stomped on him a little bit, whether it was
And then he stomped on him.
Yeah.
Both feet.
Yeah.
Both feet. And then he was like checking on him.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He was making sure he was hurt. That's
John, you're a guy that's been injured in soccer games
Yeah, I
recently.
didn't watch this game. I was out of town,
fantastic.
so don't ask me anything about
Okay,
it.
here's what happened.
I don't want to hear
Dwyer
about it. I
elbowed
don't
him in
care.
the fucking head.
I don't care.
The end.
I don't care.
The crew lost.
Yeah, I knew that much.
Oh, you see that? Oh.
I didn't have internet access.
We're trash.
so.
Drabs, let's go to you first.
Yep.
The crew now won 13 and won their last 15 games. This is a long one, so get your hot take ready. 1-13 and won the last 15 games. Easily the worst stretch in franchise history. Shut out in 4 of the last 5 games, with the only goal coming against Seattle from the penalty spot. Now officially the worst team in the league after Cincinnati beats Bridgeview. Columbus is the 3rd Major League Soccer team in league history to lose 13 games in a 15-game stretch, joining last year's Orlando City Iron Lions and the 2001 Tampa Bay Mutiny. Did you see anything on Saturday that led you to believe that this dumpster fire is anywhere near to being over?
No, I did not. And all of the people, including Caleb Porter, who were talking about, they played so much better, and I saw promise and growth. You say that constantly.
Yeah.
And
why not just record it and then hit play?
Yeah.
Get yourself a soundboard.
There was nothing. Dangerous play and blah, 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 blah. And you can blame Jossie for missing shots and whatever. I still hold to this. This run of play is historically bad. It is nearly unprecedentedly bad play. And the roster that he's working with is not that bad. There is something that is making this team worse than the sum of its parts. And you cannot convince me that it's not the coach.
Whoa.
John Zadar.
Yes.
We outpossessed Orlando 57-43, outshot them 11-4, 10 corner kicks to their 1, and got a red card called on Dwyer. 7 starters for Orlando went 120 minutes against NYCFC 3 days earlier. Orlando had not won a home game since May, yet this is still a loss. What are we looking at here?
How long were we playing up a man?
Oh, it was in stoppage time.
Like a minute.
Oh, it was right at the end of the game?
Like 6 minutes.
Oh, okay. It just sounds like a team that doesn't necessarily know what they're doing. I don't know.
Maybe the question is, what should we talk about?
I think maybe we should just move on to cracking the code.
Yeah, because, at this point, it's 13 of 15.
I mean, we've said it before, it wasn't the greatest team in the world, but it wasn't a bad team either that he took over. Kind kind of seems like the only thing that's really changed is the coach. So, I mean, like, sounds like maybe it's the coach.
Okay, well, hold on to that hot take. I got one question for you, Travis, and then we're going to go into Porter talk. Travis, you've been around for a hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are calling you the Minuteman.
That's what they call me.
That's just in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
As far as soccer goes, they also call you the Minuteman.
They do.
Because of what you do in the bedroom.
Oh, wait, what?
So if we're talking about crew soccer and not you in the bedroom, in which case they'd say, hey, are you talking about the Minuteman? And I'd say, yeah, 100%.
That's me.
Tell me if this is the lowest point in crew history on the field or not.
Woof. 2006, 2007 standout is pretty bad.
Bad.
I used to go to the games, and I would actually yell at crew players to injure themselves because they were very bad. Matt Kamosko, that name stands out. That guy was very bad. But look, that's when Siggy Schmidt was, rest in peace, big crew legend. That's when he was retooling and refueling the team and trying to figure out the parts that would eventually lead to a championship in 2008.
You think that we're capable of getting into in 2021 from 2019 where we got in 2008 from 2006?
I have not given up hope. Absolutely. I think 2020, 2021, first year of the new stadium, I think will be great. And I'm not, frankly, giving up on 2018 either. I'm taking a page out of Dom Taberi, the better of the Doms. I think we'd all agree. Dom.
Who the fuck?
the other
Dom
Dom?
Dwyer.
Tom Dwyer, who, by the way, 2 weeks ago, him and his lovely soccer player wife had another baby, and then he elbowed it in the face. I just checked the news. But yeah, I haven't given up in 2019 either. Although this song does represent the crew season pretty good. I'm just going to point out 1996, first season of crew history. The crew went on to win all 10 of their last games under Tom Fitzgerald to make the playoffs. And if Caleb Porter's got anything of Tom Fitzgerald or Siggy Schmidt in him, he could pull this off. So let's see. I know you guys are kind of doubting Porter here, but let's see what the guy's got.
Now, for the record, in the worst stretch of the 2006 season, crew managed 9 points over 15 games. And we're at 4 points over 15 games.
Shit Lord.
And it's not great.
That's not good.
Last thing we're going to talk about with this game, because sweet baby monkey testicles, I'd like to move on from it. There's been some talk on the internet, Drabs, and I mean the Reddits, the big soccers, the Twitters, and possibly even the Facebooks. Caleb Porter out. Where are you right now on it? And if you aren't in favor of him losing his job at this moment, what would you say if we lost twice to Cincinnati in the span of 3 weeks next month? Yeah.
I mean, I'm at this point, I don't think he has what it takes. I continue to be mildly Porter out. If people want to make the argument of giving him time, whatever. This season is over. There's no way we make the playoffs. So if you just want to write it out and write it off, whatever. I would say to the people who want to give him more time, and that's a fair perspective, is there anything that could happen this season that would change your mind? Just ask yourself that question.
That's my question.
Right. So you're asking, if we lose both Cincinnati games, I don't think that's going to change my opinion that much. Now, if the team were to literally lose every game for the rest of the season, would that be sufficient for those of you who are give him a chance people? Because I think the reality is there is a certain threshold at which you have to say you're not getting it done.
Okay. Let me say this because I'm one of those people.
All right.
I don't necessarily think he should be given time, but I'm willing, because I do agree. I think the season's over, so at this point, I'm willing to let him have the rest of the year or so, or the rest of the season and then the start of the next one. But if we don't win if we go winless the rest of the season, then fire his ass.
Yeah, because
that's my threshold.
That's a worst case scenario. I think, frankly, it would be hard
horrendously
for him to
unlikely.
not
I
get
think
MLS
MLS is just too
right,
all
there's
over the
parity,
place.
and that's the thing. You should be getting results occasionally,
accidentally.
With this,
we've played a lot of bad teams lately,
yes.
and we haven't gotten any points from any.
And we played in scenarios where even mediocre teams are missing players, and we're at home and they're on the road, and it just doesn't matter. we're not getting the result no matter the scenario.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I think I agree. Season is over. I'm willing to let him have the rest of the year and the start of next season simply because I think we've started making roster moves, and I think we're about to make more roster moves, and those roster moves are being dictated at least partially by him, obviously partially by Bez, but partially by him. And so I feel like if we throw him out the door now or after the window, then we've basically just wasted all those signings.
Has coughed
kind of.
into the microphone.
Although it does appear, you're getting young talent, and I hope that to a certain extent.
Sure, but he has young talent when he got here. Our team wasn't old.
Well,
right?
but that was half of the argument, was that our team was older and aging out of their window.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the
Well,
many
that's a bad
excuses
argument
along with
because it's not true.
injuries and international duty.
Eduardo
and
Sosa's
blah,
like,
blah,
somebody
blah.
say young talent.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we've got young guys, and I think was it Matt Bernhardt
That was
pointed
like one of-
out that like new faces aren't getting a lot of minutes this season.
Yeah, I saw that thread from
Rubinho's
him. That was a
gone.
great-
Fabinho's
thread.
gone.
And like,
Miriam's
he-
gone. Mullins is gone. Argudo is somehow still here.
Anthony
Yeah.
Precourt's gone.
Yeah, I mean, once you
That's
and
good.
I think
Morgan
most of
Hughes is
those
about to be
minutes were
gone.
probably
John, stop
Rubinho
that.
minutes, if we're honest, right? Like,
What's that?
In Barnhart's tweet, like,
Was he concluding Merrim as a new guy?
I don't remember. I have
Like,
to
is
go
he
back
considering
and
that
look.
a reset? Or
Well, Pipa's old, and I mean he's done. But
I'm not saying there
we've
aren't
gone
old
without
guys on
Pipa
this
for a
team,
while.
but this is a fairly young core.
Right.
Like the majority of our roster is sub 30.
Right.
Like 28
Yeah,
is
even
supposed
Jonathan
to be
Mens is like 29.
right. 28 is supposed to be like peak soccer player performance. Right. They're not
Top
waning
boy.
physically, but they're also played long enough to now know like the ins and outs and all that kind of shit. And a majority of our player pool is around or below that age.
Yeah.
You've got your Pippa, your Awful, your Williams, who are at or above, but there's not a lot else. I mean,
So, John,
Trapp, Zardes,
You're firmly in the camp of like,
Artur.
do not get rid of Caleb Porter
Milton.
yet. Don't get rid of him yet, right?
I mean, at this point, you may as well ride out the rest of the season with him.
Ride and roll.
See what he does with these new players. You're not losing anything by riding out the rest of this year with him. And then if you want to fire him in the offseason because he doesn't do anything with all these new guys, then I would be completely okay with it. But I don't see what the point is of firing a guy that you just hired, that you hired for 5 years, which means you probably anticipated keeping him for at least a majority of those 5 years. It means you've done no additional coaching
Probably a
searching.
buyout thing.
Yeah, there's probably money that you'll be throwing in the toilet now. You've got no backup
but
planned.
Haslam doesn't give a shit about $1 million.
Yeah,
a
dude,
year
throwing
for a
money
coach.
into the toilet is
I mean,
Well, no,
that's chicken
but if
shit
you're
money for him.
but you know, it does start to add up at some point, and it is your first coach, so
Darby, would you say yes or no? Caleb Porter staying, yes or no?
I'm mildly Porter out.
Okay. You're
if he
still on the fence a little bit.
stays, I'm not going to cancel my season tickets.
Okay.
Obviously.
Travis Irvine, what about you?
Well, I didn't know there was such Porter out support.
neither did I.
But I understand it. The only way
Is
Tom
this a real thing, though? Is it a real thing, or is
Well,
this a big soccer thing?
I
Because
go on big.
There's different
see,
things
I go
here,
on big
okay?
soccer. Okay,
Okay.
You guys don't. So like, I'm skewed towards like.
So maybe we don't discuss what happens on big soccer.
I'm not saying what goes
I
on
don't
in big
think that
soccer
is even remotely relative to the majority of crew fans.
I think you're, John. I know exactly what you're saying. I think you're right. Like, I think the majority of crew fans are like,
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
big soccer doesn't matter, but if that's what's driving this conversation, I don't think it's an appropriate conversation.
well, I also think like somebody on Reddit said it the other day, like, and it got a big backlash. Somebody was like, "Oh, Caleb Porter out," and everyone's like, "Go fuck yourself! How fucking dare you!" But I'm like, in any other scenario, in any other sport, or in our sport, in any other market, other than the Columbus Crew, right now, 13-1 gets you fired.
Well,
Travis,
sure, but this
big
isn't those scenarios, is it? It's a special scenario.
you're
So
you're
you
right.
can't analyze
And
these things out of the context on which they're taking place.
And he's got the Ohio ties. I mean,
Yeah.
he's clearly a proven good coach. It's just what's going on right now, and why is it not working?
So-
I'll just say that, I mean, the Tom Fitzgerald scenario of 1996 was after our original coach, Timo Liokowski, was fired, and Tom Fitzgerald took over. He had 10 games left, and he was like, I think they went 9-1 or lost one on the old shootout system.
You also got Brad Friedel. I mean, that did not hurt.
That did not hurt. And you still had Brian McBride.
Yeah.
I mean, and all in all, they made the playoffs and then went out immediately against Tampa Bay or somebody. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know. You either give them the full season to work it out, or I say with 10 games left, which unfortunately is in like a few weeks for us because we've had so many Wednesday games. I don't know. Maybe when you got 10 games left, Dr. Pete's got to pull the plug.
John says no. Travis says no. Drab says I don't really know yet. I say 100% yes. Get rid of this motherfucker.
I say no, and I quantify that by saying that I don't particularly feel strongly either way.
Yeah.
So if I woke up tomorrow and they were like,
he was
he's
gone.
definitely staying for the next 3 years, I'd be like, okay, well, whatever. But if he was gone, I also would be like,
I trusted
okay,
Tim
whatever.
Bezmachenko,
Yeah.
who did not hire Caleb Porter. Caleb Porter was hired, the day before before Bez was?
Sure.
Like, to
I don't
me,
know.
that's not his coach, and I'm not saying that, it's not.
Right.
I'm not saying that, Bez hates Caleb. I'm just saying, let's remember from where these positions originated.
Right.
This was a transitional period.
Well, and Bez is the more important of the two.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right? So, they're not going to fire Bez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
And-
not right now.
Nor should
So
they.
now I'm not lending a lot of credence to this. This is not scientific. Dakota Stewart did do a Twitter poll
Okay, well.
2 days ago.
Oh, here we go. How many votes did it have?
Outer in, it had 104 votes. So
Outer in.
small
That's-
sample sizes. Twitter, huge grain of salt.
That's accurate.
It was 32% saying Caleb out.
Yeah,
So
it's not even a third of crew fans.
Yeah, but it's not nobody either. It's not just big soccer.
I would have voted for Caleb out, so that's even increasing the number of people who
Okay,
are
so
smart.
maybe not even 1% because it's over 100.
I don't know about that, John. We
might
don't
have
know.
been
We
enough.
can
It's
never
not
know.
an additional
We can
1%.
never know how many people voted on
It's
this.
104 voters. He would be
Well,
105, so
I don't
it'd
know.
be,
We would
it
never
be
know.
less than 1% additional.
We would still
the
never know
percentage would not
what.
rise.
We would never know how much my
This
vote
is
would
basic
mean
math, and this is
because
why
we
you're
don't know
unemployed.
because we would never know.
How close were we to getting Skloto as the coach? It almost happened, right?
I don't
I don't
It was
know
between us
anything
and the
about
Galaxy.
that, really.
So if I were someone who didn't know anything about the situation from any perspective ever, and I'm just a fan, I would say that I would guess. I wouldn't say it. I would guess this. This is just something I would guess as a man who doesn't know anything.
Who guesses?
Is that his wife has lived here once and probably will never live here again.
Oh.
And that if he were to come back to America, it would be to Chicago, Los Angeles, or New York, and never to Columbus. That would be my guess, just as a person who just started paying attention last week. But
If Morgan voted, it would have rounded up to 33%.
oh, 33, just like Larry Bird.
Technically,
That's a third.
Suck my balls.
technically
Sloan
still
X.
not a third of all people. Though.
Oh, that's a
No,
third, John.
but 33%.
You'll never know exactly what percentage 33 is of 100 because
Less than a
we
third.
don't know. Because we don't know because of we'll never know. Okay, you're fake
anyways.
news. Moving on to color impressions of the match. How about that?
Okay, listen. Why don't you go back to whatever neighborhood you came from?
Oh, President
No, I
Trump
screwed
over
up the
here.
denominator, so
My
it would
dad
be
did grow up in
32.
Puerto
Oh
Rico.
my God! You love to see the art kid out mathing the nerd.
We'll
You
edit
love
this out.
to see it.
I can only hear out of my left ear, John.
I can only hear yelling.
To me,
in my
no one
left
is
ear.
celebrating.
Is
I
there
can't
music
hear anything.
playing?
Possibly.
Oh,
It's
there it
very
is.
quiet
It's
under
in my
my
left ear.
celebration.
Oh man, it looks bad. It looks bad on the
It's
recording.
spiking a bunch? Yeah.
Real spiking.
Okay.
Let's go around the panel, which is the Latin term for podcast host. Drabs, your color impressions of Cruisers FC at Orlando City.
My impressions were green. Green like the Appletini Freezy Pops at
Oh.
the Corey Crognale birthday bash.
Wow.
Which were the
How was that?
Appletini Icy Pops were delicious.
Pam got
intoxicating.
120 mosquito bites on her legs and butt.
Does Pam know that bug spray exists?
I said that to her this morning when she's like, I didn't sleep at all last night. I have 100 bug bites. I'm like, put some chemicals on your leg, you
Seriously,
ignorant
what the
slut.
fuck?
I'm glad she sat next to us then because she apparently distracted all of the bugs.
There are
away
certain
from
types
us.
of blood
Yep.
that they like better.
Well,
than
I'm
Sweet
others.
blood.
normally that
They like
guy.
that sweet blood.
I used to be that guy until
Yeah,
I married my
sweet
whole wife,
blood.
and she now takes all of the mosquitoes, and I haven't.
Right.
Oh my
It's like
God!
the
Hold
beer.
on.
You
I have
don't
a
have
Brent
to be the
Miller
fastest.
sighting. I have a
You've
Brent
never
Miller
been
sighting.
bitten by a
Ladies and gentlemen,
bug?
Brent Miller is
Wait,
approaching.
he's got something in his hand.
He's
John, I don't
approaching.
know
He's
what
got
bugs are.
something.
It's
He
either
looks
his
like
He's been
Or
gone long
keys.
enough that he went to two
definitely
stores. I bet he
stole
went
it
to
out of a
Target.
car.
Yeah.
Here we
It
go.
looks like. What
Brent,
do we
how
got?
many stores did you go to?
Nothing.
I told
And
you.
nothing. Oh, Brent, what if we hadn't recorded yet? Oh no.
Ace
you ever-
Hardware is
did
not
you ever-
carrying.
did you
Because
go-
it doesn't make sense for them to
Did you
have
go back
them.
to your house maybe and check your house?
What about Best Buy?
Did you go to
Did you go to your-
Target?
Did you go to Pete's house?
Did you go to Morgan's house?
What about
the fuck?
Target?
Dude, I got tons
You don't know
of
where a
stuff in my
Target
house.
is?
Oh, what a dirty bitch.
Oh my
This is
God.
why Brent's Smashers aren't happening until segment 3 tonight.
Brent, thank you for
Brent, I appreciate your effort.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
Brent.
Brent, all
Morgan
of
for
us want to
Brent.
go ahead.
Morgan. I'd like you to go ahead and buy him a beer, please.
I won't. I won't.
You should do that.
Actually,
all-
to be fair, Brent's expected returning with wires is equal to the crew's expected goals, so he doesn't deserve a beer.
I haven't worked in 10 months, Brent. I don't have any money to buy you stuff. And if I did, I still wouldn't.
Let's
So-
not pretend like you're not playing with Pam's money.
Well, I do have her credit cards, John. Travis Irvine, your color impression of the match, my friend.
Color impression is purple, the color of Dom Dwyer's jersey, and the color of poor Josh Williams' eyeball.
Oh my God.
Man, this guy's a legend, Travis Irvine. John Zadar.
That's really creative. I refuse to participate in color impressions until they win a game.
What were you doing? Were you at a video game retreat? Is that
I was at a bachelor party.
I saw pictures of you outside of a
like-
cabin.
Yeah, like
Is that
weapons
what it was?
and guns and
Yeah,
shit.
there's-
what's
somebody
going
had
on
a
over
gun,
there?
man.
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
Antifa now?
Tell us about that.
I'm Antifa. I was at an Antifa training camp.
Yeah, it looked
Extreme-
like a militia.
extreme leftist.
Like,
Yes.
All those white guys seriously look like a militia.
Well, it was only like half white guys, but yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
But the ones that were white did have guns in the picture I
Yeah,
saw.
they did.
Actually, the only person that had a gun is the Puerto Rican guy.
Ooh.
These dirty Puerto
Oh,
Ricans.
how dare you
Antifa.
with your stereotypes, John? Jeez.
Wow.
He is Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Wow.
I shared a room with him, I know.
To be fair,
It was fun.
he's a Puerto Rican.
We went to
man.
some
It's not an
random
insult.
cabin. It was a good time. There's no internet, which is always great.
Is that true though?
Not having internet?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a few days.
You do Twitch streams like 3 times a week now.
Yeah.
You love the interwebs.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
I do love the interwebs, but getting away from it's really nice.
I need to watch you work, John. I need to look at you and I need to watch you make shirts.
Well, you came in the other day and you screamed once and then you were gone.
and no one paid attention to me, so I had to leave. I
That
saw you.
sums up every event you've
I
ever
acknowledge.
been to.
I acknowledged
No,
you.
I saw you look to the left and you were like,
Well, no, there's a delay.
I know, but you still turned back and you were like, art.
No,
and
I
was
said
like,
nice.
motherfucker.
I said
Were
something.
you making
It was
art?
very
yeah, you
funny.
said art.
I said, "Hey, Morgan, how's it going?" Or what? I commented on whatever you screamed.
Well, whatever I
he
said.
only posts in all caps when he comes in. So
Whatever I said, it required a bigger response than like, "Oh, hey Mo, what's up?" Like, no, bitch. I was aggressive and I was insulting, and you need to respond to me. Otherwise, I can't live, John.
Do you still have a moderator
Rest
on
in
your
peace.
Twitch stream?
I mean, they're only in there when they're in there. So
It's the auto mod, man. It's
no,
it's
I
that auto
disabled
mod.
all that.
Oh, okay. Thank Christ. Because I got banned like 7 times.
Yeah, it kept deleting everything he was
Yeah.
saying.
Morgan has been banned for saying butthole, even though that's what your art looks like. I'm so funny. John Zadar, did I ask you already?
Yeah.
You did, and
He's
remember I told you no. I
That's
will
great.
not do it.
I can only hear out of my left ear right now.
We're all working with the same stuff.
I heard him say that.
Yeah.
in my
You
left
guys
ear.
aren't even wearing your headphones.
He was
over
already
your right
thinking
ears.
ahead to how he was going to make the Twitch thing
I
about
hear
him.
better, actually. Yeah. When I take the right ear off, the
Yeah,
left
so
ear
do I.
sounds better.
Yes.
Are you guys all doing that?
Yeah, that's what
I've
I
done
did.
the
No
whole
wonder you guys
show.
can't hear out of your right ear.
I'm copying
hearing
John.
Great over here.
I saw
No, you're
John
not.
took his off, so I
know.
took
All
mine.
right, I'm going to
mine
be
off.
cool too. Oh, I can hear so much
No,
better
put it
now.
back on.
That's right.
Jeez.
Yeah, you can even hear the drops.
Your ear is gross. Cover it up.
So I says to Pam, stop putting limes. She put a fucking entire lime into the goddamn garbage disposal
Wait, like
today.
not a whole lime cut up, but a whole
A
lime.
whole lime.
Not cut
Why
up.
would she think that would be okay?
Because she wishes me
And why was
to
she doing
experience
that?
pain.
Why was she doing that?
I don't know, but
It
it was
makes
like
the,
intentionally because she was done with it
No,
or
no.
something.
If you put citrus in the garbage disposal, it smells good
Yeah.
for like.
Right, I get
like an
that.
hour
I
or
get
so.
that, but you
Slices,
cut it up
yeah.
before you put it in. Or why don't you have a compost?
It's like,
Okay.
why doesn't this watermelon
You guys have
fit?
tomatoes. You could use the compost on your tomatoes.
Honey,
Listen,
the kitchen really smells like
I'm
watermelon.
not going to
right
answer
now.
your leftist questions, all right, John? I won't. All right,
All right, well, I'm going to send my
not
Puerto
playing the
Rican
game.
friend
I
with
can
his gun
only
to your
hear
house.
him.
Make this episode great.
Tell him
again.
to go back to his shithole country.
So I get up this morning and I put the meatballs that I didn't eat last night down into the garbage. I turn the garbage disposal on and it's like.
Hold on, so she stuck a lime down in there?
Yes.
And then didn't even turn it on?
That's right.
She just put it in there and left?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you were technically the one that broke it.
Well, but I was trying to fucking, my whole morning routine is like I wake up
I
and
clear the
Pam has
disposal, which is
destroyed
normal.
the kitchen and the living room. I clean it up, and then by that point it's an hour and a half later, and I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to rock and
You're ready
roll.
to
Rock and
drink
roll.
on the patio.
Yeah, thank you.
With
Travis.
Gary.
I'm ready to rock and roll. But today, no, Pam is a bitch. So I says, Pam, my color impression is the color.
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, drives yellow.
Yellow like what?
Yellow like
Like the lime in the garbage disposal.
Yeah, because it could have been a lemon. What if I told you, Travis, there was a cure for the scourge that is...
I believe you.
That's right. They say the only cure for the Columbus Crew is just sliding into that sweet, sweet release of death.
And now,
Whoop-de-doo.
an ACES radio exclusive.
Yeah, it's death.
What does it all mean, Panther?
Cracking the Code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What?
We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Shahada Live. It's another edition of Cracking the Code, which was going to be called Great Explanations, but then our thing broke, and I can only hear out of my left ear. Back to you, Ralph.
Friends of the Ralph Shadell Show can save 10% on purchases over $25 using promo code. Get ready for this. Write it down. Super hard. Ralph.
Fan-fucking-tastic. This week's Cracking the Code clip comes to us from none other than
Ralph?
Mike DeWine and Ralph Shadell. Mike DeWine has formed a task force or some sort of, I don't know, committee or something. Anyways, gets to him and I says, I was at a media event and I says, hey Mike, you're done you're done on the capo stand and now you're off and here you are back at this media event and I'm a media boy and look at this tape recorder. I bought it and I keep it in my pants to look at it and
Are you trying to fuck the governor or what's happening?
I'm not trying to.
You're not trying to fuck the governor.
That's right, Sean. And I says, Mike.
Mrs. DeWine.
I'm fine with all of this. That's how I talk to
Brett
Mike
Lieber,
DeWine,
we
too.
still getting bangers, by
Mike
the way.
D.
Is he getting bangers?
I don't know. He's gone now.
He says, I'm here to look like a rat. I'm here to look like a human who is evolved from
He's
a
a
rat.
garden gnome.
But now I'm wearing glasses, and it's cool because I'm wearing a suit. I dare you to take a DNA
Is
test
this
from
the,
my spit.
the code that's being cracked?
John, and then he says to me,
I thought he was already saying those
no,
things.
well, yeah, he was. And here's the part that now he comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, hey, Morgan, what's up?" Oh,
Who was he saying the previous stuff to?
He was. That's just like it's like a press release right before the thing.
Did he whisper into a microphone?
Yeah, no, he does. And
Yeah,
he's,
what press members specifically were there for the press release? Because if there's a press release from the governor, there's always actual press members.
Are we talking
there.
like Yolanda?
I agree with that.
Dom?
I agree with that.
You?
I do agree with that, John. 100p.
Ralph Shadell?
Yeah. Well, and he says the following in 3, 2, 1.
Today, I am announcing the formation of a task force called Expo 2050 to take stock of all of the great things going on at the Ohio Expo Center, as well as the Ohio History Connection and Mouth Ray Stadium, and to develop a strategic vision for the entire area. Hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze. Let me smash.
All right. I don't know
Sounds
what.
like something that the Expo Center employees should just be doing.
Yeah.
Take stock of the events at the Expo Center and just kind of see what's going on.
Well, here's where we find ourselves, John. Mike DeWine. So basically, let's. I know that this is causing a lot of heavy breaths, as they say in the industry. Heavy breaths, just like that, from people in crew fandom. Why does it burn when I pee? That's something different than a bird. How is it? So, John, Mike DeWine has formed a task force, as he calls it, and there are a lot of people on it. There's like 20 people. A lot of people in crew fandom are saying, what does this mean for the stadium? What does this mean for the new practice facility? What does it mean for the redevelopment of the Monterey Stadium site? And to them, you would say the following, my friend.
Oh, I thought you were going to play something. Sorry. What am I going to say?
I am announcing the formation of a
I'm announcing the formation of the 2015 Expo thing.
2050.
Excuse me, 2050.
2015.
They're going to look at what happened 3 or 4 years ago
There we
and
go.
tell us what's happening again. Is this his real voice?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what it means. I don't give a fuck what it means.
Here's what I think it
Why
means.
do I care?
And okay, so I think that your actual belief is correct. Why the fuck do I care?
Yeah.
And here's why I would say that in Drabs, and then we'll go to you. It is a good thing for if you're a fan of the stadium redevelopment plan that they are putting together this task force, because if they were just going to shut down this thing, and basically what they're really researching is like, is there going to be enough parking for the fucking Arnold? Is there going to be enough parking for the Quarter Horse Congress? Is there going to be enough parking for the State Fair? If they were going to just shut down this project and say, no, we're not going to do the community park project, then they would just do it. Now they're forming this task force to just make sure that everything that has been laid out is on the up and up, and once they confirm it, sky's the limit. Back to you.
Yeah, I think most people are probably aware that the general manager of the Expo Center was caught unawares and probably a little offended by the Maffrey redevelopment plan without him being called in, which often happens. You know, people get upset when somebody makes plans for the things they oversee without.
Right, Morgan's upset all the time about how he never gets invited to Best Friends lunch.
I wouldn't say he's upset.
Are we doing that next week?
We are.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Count
Great.
me in.
Yeah, no, I'll be there.
That's
For
like-
sure.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Wednesday still?
Well, no, actually, it hasn't been
no.
on Wednesdays for a while.
Oh, yeah, no. But I mean, like, again? Is that what I said? Wednesdays again?
Again?
Never been on Wednesday.
It's fine.
No.
We'll just, on our group
Why
chat.
don't you just have your own lunch? Like
Yeah,
you
no.
usually do?
We'll, no, on our
why
group
don't you
chat,
go
we'll
have
talk
lunch
about it.
with Virgil Strickler.
I
it
will-
could be the Butthurt Boys Best Friends brunch.
We do
I
call
don't know
ourselves
what any of
the
that's
BH
about, but I
we
like
call
it. It has a
ourselves
good
the
ring.
BH Boys.
You should do that, yeah.
The Butthurt
We
Boys?
do say BH Boys. We call ourselves that.
Butthurt Boys Best
butt-
Friends brunch.
Right, got it.
I think that your point is valid. That this, I think this came
Thank you.
together. It had to come together quickly, right? Like somebody like Virgil Strickler, that is in charge of the Expo Center, or the the fairgrounds or whatever, is like,
Is that
whoa,
his
whoa,
real
whoa.
name?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
Virgil
Oh.
Strickler sounds
I didn't
made
think
up.
that was a real name.
no,
I thought that
that's
was.
actually-
Oh.
yeah.
And I can totally.
Well, let's be real. It didn't come together without someone who had the authority to approve it. So someone over his head probably just did it, and he's just
Yeah, I-
mad that he didn't get
I
included.
assume that somebody who has the title of general manager of the Expo
Right.
Center
No.
doesn't actually make land-based, because this
Yeah.
is state. To my understanding, this
Yeah.
is state property.
Yep, it
Yeah.
is.
Which means that I don't know.
The city council can approve whatever they want, and technically it wouldn't matter if the state fairgrounds says.
I don't know who the decision maker
Boo.
is in that context. Perhaps
I'm sure
Well,
it's not
it's-
Virgil though.
it's probably
It's going to
not
be the
Virgil.
task force
Yeah.
now, and that's good because now this task force is doing the due diligence that is required of a publicly owned plot of land. If it's going to be used for a private entity, there should be a task force, and I applaud the state of Ohio for putting something together to determine that this is a good investment.
Yeah, and we do have to remember that there are deadlines that were placed on our new ownership by
Right.
MLS to make things happen,
Yep.
which means in some contexts they had to do things fast. They had to identify potential for our new stadium before
Yeah.
the land deals were finalized. And
Brad Adams would say the Columbus partnership didn't even fucking. There wasn't a time to do. There was no time frame to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we had two fucking months to win this goddamn thing, and the partnership put it together. Save the Crew helped, and Morgan Hughes put the stamp on that envelope,
Yeah.
Drabs,
And-
and sent it to One Nationwide Plaza,
Right.
and
And-
saved the Crew.
what I saw recently is
Travis.
the
Oh,
Department
my
of Transportation did a study to help address the parking issue, and so the Maffrey redevelopment was estimated to lose, I think, 1,700 parking spaces, which doesn't seem like a huge amount in the grand scheme of things because it's fucking acres in the middle of a city and nobody has that sort of parking space. But whatever. The Department of Transportation easily identified ways to regain 1,500 of
Yeah.
those parking spaces, even with the redevelopment. So I don't think in the long run
And
this
moving
is going
Stank
to
Lake.
be right. Yeah, I don't think in the grand scheme of things this is going
Right.
to be a big deal. It's just bringing parties to the table, like even a representative from OSU, their real estate department is going to be involved, and I have no idea why, but. You know, nothing happens in Columbus without Ohio State being involved, so it's a thing. So yeah, there's going to be a number of interested and relevant parties who are going to come together and figure out the long-term use for that land, and that's probably a good thing. They might look at some of that stuff and say, maybe the Expo needs to revisit their own selves. Who knows?
Yeah.
So,
Travis
Yeah,
Irvine,
you
your
can't tell
thoughts?
me that those state fairgrounds are being used efficiently.
Right.
I refuse to believe it. They're empty like 80% of the fucking
Yeah,
year.
no place that's just a paved bunch of shit
Yeah.
that sits empty 98.9% of the time,
Yeah.
is used efficiently
Right.
or
a
effectively.
campground that's almost always empty.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why do we have a fucking fairground in the middle of an urban area anyway?
Yeah,
like,
the-
what are we even talking about?
We need to develop that whole area around.
What are we even
Franklin
talking
County
about?
Yeah.
Fairgrounds, the Franklin County Fairgrounds,
Are in
which
Hilliard.
are in Hilliard
Yeah.
on the ass edge of the entire county.
Right.
So for the state to have just like a big ass plot of land
Yeah.
that's mostly unused, in an
You know how
urban
much
center
goddamn room there is between Delaware and like fucking Upper Sandusky or some shit? Like, take it the goddamn fuck out there. What are we talking? It's in the middle of Columbus.
Right. Frankly, I mean,
Right.
if
the state
if
was
that
smart,
land-
they'd sell it because it's probably
That was
horrendously
my
valuable.
that was my plan.
Yeah.
That was my plan when I ran for
only
governor against
reason-
Mike DeWine. I was going to sell the stadium to whoever saved the crew. That was my
The
plan.
only reason
Doesn't matter now.
we
though.
have to have a downtown stadium is because they couldn't really redevelop all of that land. You
It would have been
turn
more
that
expensive, that's
into
why.
an
Yeah.
urban ass center with bars and restaurants.
Call
and
it the
shopping
stadium
and
district.
shit. Yeah,
You know,
You
call it the
could've done
fairground
that.
district.
I don't know if you can call it the stadium district.
Call it, okay, call it the fairground district. That's what I'll call it. Yeah, that'd be good.
We got the arena district, we got the stadium,
Stadium
district, and they
district,
will
yeah.
fight each other forever.
Yeah, oh, that's fun.
Whole
Travis,
new
your thoughts
round
as
of lad
the
wars.
number one libertarian boy in the state of... Some are calling you the leader of the party in the state.
Absolutely.
As a government man,
Yeah, that's what they call me, Minuteman.
And your
government
answer
man.
cannot be
What?
just
As
to
a
deregulate
Washington
marijuana.
insider.
what are your feelings on leaving the pizza out on the counter overnight?
Oh,
Because
here's the
Darby's
real
a
shit.
fucking nerd and refuses to admit that it's not a problem.
I don't want to die.
Team Darby and Team Pam say don't leave it out.
Don't leave it out.
Team
Imagine
Morgan
joining
says,
that team.
I'm willing to be convinced. And Team John says, I've literally never refrigerated anything.
Well, if we had just followed my simple platform policy of legalizing marijuana, I think everyone would.
Bitch,
There'd be no leftover pizza then.
Be no leftover.
Did you say
deregulate marijuana?
Oh, I thought you said you wanted my answer to be deregulate marijuana.
No, I said that can't be your answer.
Wait, what?
I like
damn
it.
it,
It's a
Gary
great-
Johnson.
It's a great
Wait,
answer.
so I actually want to circle back to this, and I want to ask John a question.
Nobody wants to circle
Okay.
back. I just wanted to make
Right.
fun of you and
So,
get
would you take
involved.
Here we go.
would you take a half pound of mozzarella cheese, leave it on
Yes.
the counter for 24 hours, and then eat it?
Maybe. But no,
Would-
it's
would
not
you
raw,
open a
it's
jar
not-
of tomato
it's not
sauce?
raw mozzarella cheese anymore. It's been
It's-
transformed
what?
through the baking process.
That's not how science works. Would you take a can of tomato sauce, pour it on a plate, leave it out for 24 hours, and then eat it?
Well, I wouldn't do any of these things even if they were straight out of the fridge, Jarby. So no, they're
No.
not delicious in these forms.
It's not about delicious.
Make them delicious and then leave them out, and I will
consider
eat
it to
them.
be safe.
Would you take a pound of cheese and poop on it and then leave it inside of your engine
Exactly.
and then eat it 7 days later? I'm just saying, it's the same thing as pizza being out for 2 hours. I'm
No,
just saying,
he wasn't talking
you're-
about
you're
2
part
hours.
Of the,
I'm
you're
just
part
saying
of the-
You're
overnight.
talking overnight.
I think that you work for Big Pizza, frankly.
Yeah.
Because this is the only way that this
Yeah.
benefits you, Drabs, is if you're paid by Big Pizza to go
No,
throw
actually,
away pizza every
in the
20
long
minutes and
run,
then order a new.
I'm
I-
100% not surprised that Darby's taking this stance. By the way,
100% not surprised.
but
I'm
actually
actually
disappointed nonetheless.
I encourage both of you to continue your habits because I want you to die,
that's fair.
and everybody else refrigerate your pizza.
he thinks it's funny until I find a way to feed him day old pizza.
I don't know, dude. John's pretty old. I mean, not compared to you, but he's still alive, and he's been eating. Sometimes he finds pizza like
In the trash.
that
He's
he
eating
forgot.
food like Ben Beachy does, who just picks up chicken tenders off of OSU sidewalks.
I quote Ben Beachy. End quote from Aces Radio episode whatever
Yeah.
the fuck failure. What else do we have? Is that what are we doing? Cracking the code?
Man balls.
Everything's wrong. Anyway, cracking the code. We were talking about what the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
We
Anyone
cracked
else?
Mike DeWine's code. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. He's a great governor.
He's got a
His
thing.
rice pies
He's
are
got a
amazing.
thing that's doing a thing.
Yeah.
To figure out the thing.
A plus.
Yeah.
A plus.
It'll be fine.
If they wanted to shut this down, they just shut it down. They're here to do their due diligence, and everything will be fine.
It'll
All of the-
probably be fine and go
Yeah.
over well because I don't know. I kind of read the list and,
what's
seems
the
like there's
guy's
some
name?
good
Virgil,
people.
Virgil Schuyler? Virgil
Strickler.
That's
Is
what they
this
call
man on it? Is this man
This
with,
is- yeah, he
with a
is.
vendetta on
Yeah,
his
and so they all have to go to a crew game and the state fair and the quarter horse. Basically,
Is that
they're
real?
just- they're
They
getting
have
a
to do
paid
those things?
vacation. Yeah, they do. They have
I'd like to
experience
apply
the
to be on the
events.
board.
They have to go to the Ohio.
If I was elected
history,
governor, you would have had the job.
Then you'd like to
history
elect
connection.
Travis for governor?
Thank you, and I got one more vote.
I don't know about that.
So basically, they all get like free tickets probably to all these events, and then they, I don't know, sit down in a room and decide who's right. I don't know, whatever.
I would guess that it'll be fine. There's somebody from the Arnold on there, and I'm sure they're probably looking at the plans to redo the park and salivating at the opportunity to use those fields for whatever competitions they have or want to add. Because they've been adding more and more things. Like this past year, they added futsal, so why not like
jousting?
I don't know if there's going to be a futsal court on this.
I'm all about the jousting.
I don't know about jousting.
Yeah,
maybe we do jousting because he doesn't like it, so I think
I
we should
actually
do it.
didn't see that in the
Maybe
plan.
we do
You
jousting.
bring the Arnold and the quarter horse
Exactly.
quarter
Yeah,
Congress
you're
together.
consolidating. You're making it more efficient.
Right.
I like it.
It's the quarter horseman.
Fuck, I would actually go to the Arnold if there were jousting.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
you'd
What
be-
if I
you'd be
told you
kicked out immediately?
that just like a short 45-minute drive away, there's a Renaissance fair where they do jousting?
Yeah, but it's so
but are
fake.
they
I
big?
want real jousting.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they
they're
like
definitely
big
hitting
people?
people off of horses.
But are they like big and muscly?
No.
Are there girls?
Last year, a woman won when I was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
She won what?
The jousting.
Oh,
Wow.
What do you
I thought-
think I meant?
I just heard like
She
a
had strong
Renaissance fair.
thighs.
I'm like, she won the Renaissance fair?
She was the most Renaissanceist.
You were the most believable old.
She ate
Yeah,
more turkey
I
legs
was there
than
when the day
anyone
they crowned
else.
the Stank Lordress.
Roasted.
And knowing is half the
Smell like
battle.
horse pig.
He's absolutely
He
right.
said,
Where the
in
name of
reference to
Stank
Julie
came.
Stanky. Shit. Let's get the fuck out of here on segment one. Hopefully Brent Miller's got us a plug to work for this because I can't take.
Wait, did he go to
No,
find a
I
plug?
think he's gone.
No,
I'm pretty sure he just went home.
Oh, he just left. Period.
That's what I wasn't joking earlier.
He's
He's just
just
gone
sitting
now.
at the bar watching the video games.
I don't believe that he went to try to find a plug. I believe that he went to do crystal meth.
Maybe he went and ate a hamburger and masturbated in the McDonald's parking lot.
It's funny because he's done that before. Man balls, combination man of the match and game balls, which as a term is too long, as opposed to Brent's masturbating, which is happening right now at McDonald's. Drabs, we go to you first. Your two man balls of the week.
You're gonna be all right there.
Yes.
One of my man balls goes to Steve Lyons. Congrats on the new job. The other one goes to Bez for hiring Steve Lyons.
All right.
Still no players are in them.
Travis Irvine, your two man balls of the week.
One man ball also to Steve Lyons. Congratulations. Thanks for saving the crew. Now save us again. And second man ball goes to Josh Williams for taking that stupid elbow from that stupid punk Tom Dwyer.
What a silly man.
Like, I thought about it, but Josh, he didn't have a choice. He went up for a header.
I don't think anyone has a choice when they're just suddenly
Just
elbowed
elbowed
in
in
the
the
face.
face.
There's like the sell your body for
It's
a
like-
play sort of thing. This wasn't it.
I'm just it's like a get well
How
soon
much
man
does
ball.
your body cost for a play?
I mean,
I
Josh
have
could
I
charge
have
a
a
pretty
specific
penny.
amount of
GCG
money.
bag
I'm
would
thinking.
pay
What's
a
your
lot.
specific amount that you had in mind?
Oh, like $5. Speaking of GCG bag, did you see Tyler? Tyler has access to the GCG bag Twitter account.
Right, which was the worst idea they've ever made.
Ever.
Yeah.
And if you ask any of the leaders of GCG bag,
And none
they
of
would
them
say,
are smart enough
"We've
to
made
fucking
one.
change the password."
I know.
We've made one mistake, and it is giving Tyler access to this." He tweeted this morning like, "Anyone else see a weather report? Gonna be hot. Who wants massive squirt gun fight?" And then tagged like everyone in it. Right. So that happened. Squirt guns, bring them.
I thought this was going to be something about Josh Williams.
BB boys.
I mean, if Josh wins, they will be squirting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from their wankus. John Zadar, your two man balls of the week, my friend.
I'm going to give one to Darby because he's just a great all-around guy and a good friend.
Oh, thank
And then I'm going to give my other man ball to another prestigious member of this podcast.
Thank Christ. Here we go. Love this.
Travis Irvine.
What?
Thanks for being here.
Thanks. Thank you.
This is a true outrage.
I'd like to go ahead and give a third man ball.
Here we go. Hopefully to another member of this show.
Another great and valued member of this show.
Thank Christ. Here we
He
go.
spends a lot of his time getting the equipment ready, setting it up, making sure that we have the piece that we need.
Loving this.
His name is Brent.
Does he spend a lot of time doing that, or did he just go masturbate at McDonald's?
I mean, he's deceived me into thinking that's what he spends his time on. I don't know. Maybe not.
I seen him.
We can't verify that you don't spend time here prior to the podcast
Masturbating
in this
Right.
room. And
Oh.
eating McDonald's.
Okay. No, that's fair. That seems fair. I can't prove to you that I don't either. So
I mean, you probably could.
I mean, I probably don't, but I can't prove that I don't.
I mean, you could periscope the setup process.
Yeah.
Actually, I do
You
a
put
lot of
on
masturbating,
John's-
so John, that'd be inappropriate. My first man ball goes to Steve Lyons and Dante Washington. Turns out that Save the Crew people are working for the front office, and the big soccer conspiracy theories were right. That man ball goes to you, Bill Archer. Fan-fucking-tastic. Remember earlier when we were saying how Mark Sharp is a dirty bitch and no one should go on big soccer? It turns out that it was a lie, and everyone should register their accounts. And my second man ball goes to Andres Mendoza. Yeah. I have no idea if this is too loud or not as an outro, because I can't hear it.
No.
Because you gave one to Dante and Steve Lyons.
Yeah, I give out
and
3.
To Bill Archer.
Yeah, suck the balls. And one to
That's
Andres
not how it
Mendoza.
works. You gave no man ball to
Yeah.
Andres Mendoza. That's what I heard.
Well, you can
you
hear
didn't
whatever
have
you
one
want.
to
But I remind you, as always, Drabs, if
you
you've
get on that.
enjoyed the shit lordery on segment 1, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 2. Travis Irvine and more. ACES Radio.
Here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. That we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, your last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I stay elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F. Man, don't stop. David, don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, it's pilot. I want to spin my wings and fly. To all my people in coach, and to my first class folks, we'll show you how to scrape the sky. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape. And okay, just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant slut, shit lord, celebrity fans, and all you fools only listening to ACES Radio in one of your ear holes, as is the case with myself, Droby Stringface, Turves Irvin, and Sean Satone. Welcome back. It is episode 126 of the Failing Aces Radio. My name is Carol Seaver. We are so glad to have you here, broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company on Trivia Night. It's a Tuesday. We're not used to being here on Trivia Night, Travis.
Yeah, tap room's full.
Yeah.
Jake Stanky he's out there getting ready to do some
Travia.
trivia.
He's about to do some trivia.
Yeah, that stuff.
It's like trivia mixed with salvia.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
what?
Travis, you know all about that, right?
Wait, what?
Fan-fucking-tastic. Here we are on segment 2. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program. I believe for the first time, though, we will have to check with Karen Crognell to verify this. Ladies and gentlemen, Travis Irvine. Travis.
Hey, guys, great to be here. Good to hear you guys out of my left ear hole.
Irvine, welcome to Aces Radio. How have you been, my friend?
I've been hanging in there. It's been a tough season to watch, but you know what? I am still on the optimistic side. A, I do think we can make the playoffs. And B, I don't think we'll make the playoffs. And then C, I'm just glad I can still go to crew games with my friends. So there you go.
Smoke weed every day.
Wait, what?
One of my favorite jokes. Travis, you're here because this will be one of the last times in the near future in the world, in the earth, that you'll be able to be here.
Okay, now I can't hear Darby.
I can't hear
Darby.
Do your thing. Do like this. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There
Are
it
you
is.
Darby?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, now I can hear you
Don't
again.
ever
All right.
touch your thing.
Leave your microphone alone.
I can't promise I will never touch my thing again.
Don't touch your
I'm
thing.
touching it
Thing,
right
all that-
now.
You'll get dust everywhere.
His thing
I'm
looks
touching
just like that, I've heard, too.
I mean, I'm just glad that things still come out of my penis. It's not
Disproportionate
coughing dust
throbbing
every time.
red.
Travis, you're going somewhere. Tell us where you're going.
I'm not
funny 'cause your dick
unflattered
looks
by
weird.
that.
Wait, what?
He got so distracted talking about my penis.
Oh, where are you going?
I'm going to Los Angeles, California.
Rest in peace.
For 2 months, and then I'm going to come back after I run out of money.
What? That's it?
Is this related
You made
to
it
your
sound like
movie?
he was moving there forever.
Well, I mean,
Did I just spoil?
Is that what he led you to believe as well?
if he becomes famous,
That's the idea. I got 2 months
I
to
see.
become
I see.
famous.
I see. Okay.
But no, everything I moved back to Columbus to do has been done. We made a movie about killer raccoons that is getting completely finished. I ran for governor of the state. That's all done. And then we saved the crew. So that's it. Those are the only 3 things I wanted to do.
okay, I have some.
lot of questions?
I have
A
at
lot of
least
questions.
2 axes to grind. Got these 2 axes here.
Okay.
You better.
Can you put
sit
those
still.
down a little bit?
You better sit still, John, or else these axes are going to get.
Well, I'm not really worried about them because they
Come
must
out.
be pretty dull if
They're
you
gonna
need to
come
grind
out.
them. But I would.
Does he need to grind him or
I don't
grill
want you to hit Darby.
They're going to come out further.
I can only hear in my
Are
left
you going to
ear.
use them
He's
to
like-
cut the
he's got
shitty ass
axes to
gross
grill?
pizza that's been
He's
on
got
your
some
counter all night?
asses and he wants to
He's gonna
grind.
grill.
Grinding some asses?
He said
You
he's got.
said
I've got an ass and
that
I
the-
want to grind.
That the hosts of ACES Radio, myself, Drobby Screenface, and Sean Sitar would be
Yes.
in the movie Raccoons, the People of the Night
did he say
2,
that?
the Night
I don't remember him
Bandits.
saying that.
I don't
I
remember.
mean, I believe
No.
Morgan.
You said we could
I
come
don't
and
think
do an
he said
episode
that.
on the train.
But I
and
am.
that's what we would be.
I am pissed now after the fact.
Yeah, we would be.
How dare you?
Wait,
Wait a
can
minute.
you green screen us in? Can that be a thing?
I
This
mean,
would have been our big break.
It's literally.
We could have already been famous without having to move to LA.
We could just. How about some voiceover cameos? You guys
No.
down for that?
Like as the
No.
raccoons?
I want a whole
Yeah.
movie about
No.
us fighting raccoons.
Yeah, you guys want to be the guys who get eaten by raccoons?
Killer Raccoons 3.
yes.
We finally
Wait.
bring the raccoons down.
How about that? How
Because
about
I
just-
assume the raccoons win in 1 and 2.
Has anybody ever gotten
Maybe they
famous
do.
making the sequel to the original movie? Is that a thing?
Yes.
I mean,
I'm not
like our
criticizing
sequels,
your business
are,
plan,
but
but-
are
Godfather?
you saying their sequels are sequels better than the first one?
No, I'm
because
saying,
ours
like,
is.
has anybody
Rocky
like,
5.
really broken through with like Killer
sequel?
Raccoons 2?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he hasn't made it. It's not out yet.
Are we talking like outside of porn, or is porn like included?
Probably.
Are you talking like are there any sequels that are better than the first movie?
No, I'm talking like, is there ever a situation where nobody has seen the first movie? I mean, no offense, but also offense.
I still think.
And
that-
then the second movie is where like, oh my gosh,
Isn't that
the
what you're?
sequel is
Isn't
the
that
best
what you're saying? The sequel's better than the
Yeah.
first one.
thing. No, I mean,
True Beverly Hills.
just bigger. Bigger and better aren't always the same. Like for example, Thor Ragnarok was bigger.
Well, bigger
than the,
wouldn't.
the second
Darby,
Thor.
so help me God.
Mr. Poopy
What
But
happens
it
when
wasn't better.
You put pizza in the fridge. That's what happens.
Right.
Travis, what else? you
Lose
got
all
going
your
on?
taste and everything else.
You doing any stand up?
Yeah, last show's this Thursday at Shadowbox Live with Dino Tripodis.
Oh my God!
Columbus
I love
Radio
Dino.
legend. Yeah, you
Of
gotta come.
course.
It's called The Premise. He's
I
going to give me like a
remember him.
premise. I got to write like 5 new minutes of stand-up comedy on the spot. But really, I'm just going to riff and make fun of
When
Dino.
is it? What are you saying? Thursday?
This Thursday.
Oh,
so
you know,
watch
I-
the crew game Wednesday. You
Danielle
come to Dino's
Tripodis and I
show.
like grew up together, and she's one of my best friends.
No way! I
And-
met her in New
yeah.
York. She's like a singer in New York. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's one of the topmost of the popmost.
Well, I can call Dino right
Oh,
now.
I've never
We
heard of
can
her,
Put him on the show to promote it.
Dino and I have never been truly close.
Oh, okay.
So what? He just
He's
caught
like,
in a lie.
wait, you're gonna
caught in a lie.
you're gonna actually verify my statement?
Caught him
I'm
in a
gonna
lie.
walk that
Actually,
back.
do it.
Caught
Do
him in
it.
a lie.
I think Dino would be really excited.
I think we
I
call him
think
from
so.
the computer, so it sounds not like shit.
Well, he wouldn't
last
answer
time I
it.
was here, we called my friend Cincinnati with the shirt.
Yes. The other thing that you lied about. Yeah.
You called Dino right now. You put him on speakerphone,
Okay.
and you put him right up to the microphone, and I'm going to tell this
Who
guy.
is this?
Could I text him first just to make sure this is all?
This is what you did last time,
Yeah, but you always got to check.
but you didn't get a
I
response.
just call him.
last
I
time,
just
and
call
we
him
just
straight
ended up
up.
calling.
Because I'd just be like, yo, I'm on a
Well,
crew
you don't
podcast.
just
Yeah.
say, "Hey, here's Morgan."
Yeah.
You
Just say
tell,
I'm on a crew
Tell him what's
podcast.
happening.
Do you just want
Who
the
we-
number? Do you want the number?
I
His
don't
Yeah, that's
know.
what I'm
Dino's
saying.
number?
You do it
All
through the
right.
Skype thing.
Okay.
I'm sure you have her
You
number
text
in
him,
your
say, "I'm going to
phone,
call you
right?
from a different number here in a second."
I have Danielle's
Morgan, you
number.
said you were like best friends with her, so surely you have her
you
number,
called her
right?
at the top of most of the Papa
I have Danielle's number, not Dino's. All right, here we go.
Call her and get Dino's.
What's Dino's number?
Who even
Actually,
are these people, by the way?
Hold on
Hold
one
let me
second.
text
Should I know
Dino,
these
and then
people?
I'll stall for time.
Wait a minute. We got to. We're gonna.
So basically, you're gonna write 5 minutes of dick jokes on the spot.
Well, he's getting a call, and it's blowing my eardrums.
This is Dino.
Hey, Dino, this is Travis Irvine calling from ACES Radio, top Buffalo Bills and Columbus Crew podcast here in Columbus. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I was telling everybody about the show on Thursday. I was wondering if you want to give it a quick plug. They got thousands of listeners, right?
It's true.
Maybe 1,000.
They have one listener.
Dozens. Tens.
It's really just
That's
a show for Travis.
about 900 more than ours. No, seriously. Yeah, man. Travis is on the premise. He will be one of the comedy competitors at Shadowbox Live this Thursday. The premise basically is two comedic performers, Travis being one of them, Ben Leddick the other, will be handed a comedy premise that they've never seen or heard until that evening. They will go to the writer's table. They will have 20 minutes to come up with a 3 to 5 minute stand-up bit. The audience will vote on who did best. The winner will get a bottle of Maker's Mark for hitting the mark. The loser will get a bottle of $10 Kentucky Gentleman for being the gentleman contestant and doing their very best. Plus, we'll have special guests on as well. Jason Banks is doing a special comedy stand-up set. Sarah Storr from Hashtag will be there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Dino, your good friend Morgan Hughes here. This sounds like it sounds like it's not worth it. That seems like a lot of stress. And a bottle of I could just go to Kroger and buy a bottle of bourbon.
Well, you're not competing, so
Or
you
I
don't
could-
win.
yeah,
You
hold
don't
on.
win
Well,
anything.
first of all, I could also go to a gas station and buy a bottle of bourbon. I could do both, John.
True. You could. But, the bottle is more a token of appreciation.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The true win is winning the competition.
Bragging rights.
The bragging rights.
Right.
The bottle is just me being, exceedingly generous.
So will this be
with,
in the
with I
front,
think
in the
about
bistro?
about $33 worth of whiskey. Yes, exceedingly generous.
So will this be in the bistro out front, or is this...
Right, on the upfront stage at Shadowbox Live. The doors open at 7. Show starts promptly at 8. And if it works and if it's a hit, we plan on doing it again.
There you go. So
And
don't suck, Travis.
Yeah. No. I'm going to try to lose so I can get that $10 bottle of bourbon.
Okay.
That's a steal of a deal.
Now,
You know what's funny is that there's more whiskey in the bottle of Kentucky Gentleman because a liter of Kentucky Gentleman is only $10, and the fifth of Maker's Mark was, I don't know, 27, 29, whatever the case might be. But yeah, you actually get more whiskey in the bottle of Kentucky Gentleman. That ought to be their slogan. It's cheap, but there's more.
But there's more. Wasn't that your
That was
slogan
my-
for your
that was my
governor
slogan
run?
when I ran for governor.
Yeah.
He's cheap, but there's more.
I actually say that to my wife all the time. Dino, here's the thing. So we were talking about Travis. I was like, "Hey, what do you got going on?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm doing stand-up with Dino Tripodis." And I was like, "Did you know that me and Danielle Tripodis grew up together and we're basically best friends?" And they called bullshit on me.
No, not bullshit. In fact, I saw, I don't know if it was on Instagram or something. I saw a picture of grown-up Morgan Hughes, and I went, I remember that 13, 14, 15-year-old sullen kid.
Would you like to come on our podcast and talk about that experience? Because that sounds delightful.
I love the adjectives he's using.
But who was so, let me finish, sullen, but so smart and funny.
No,
and
you know
had a great
what? No,
group.
I changed my mind. You're not on our podcast.
And one of my daughter's best friends growing up. True? Very true.
Very true. And all of those things you said after the horrible things you said are 100% accurate. The intelligence part.
And we'd like to say that probably the reason you continue to recognize him is because Morgan is just as oily and acne-ridden today as he was at 13.
First of all, Darby, I'd like to invite you to lick my balls, as always. And how dare you?
See, that's far more insulting than sullen and whatever, because every 13-year-old is sullen and cynical. Growing up. So
anything that any of you have said about me has been fake news and sad, and I won't pay attention to any of it.
I like that now that we've set the precedent for whenever we think you're lying, you have to call someone and have them prove it.
Dino, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Guys, I appreciate the unexpected phone call. That's awesome. And Travis, man, looking forward to seeing you on Thursday, brother. Thanks so much for doing this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dino Tripodis.
All right.
Thank you, Dino.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
So go to Shadowbox Live on, what is it again? No one cares?
On
Up front, it is. Shadow Box Live Thursday, 8 p.m.
Thursday.
We just
In
covered
2 days.
all that.
Oh, is that what we
2
said?
days. This
I don't
drops
remember.
on Wednesday.
This
Yeah,
Thursday.
one
Doors open
day
at 7.
when you
Show
watch-
begins promptly at 8.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
watch the crew on Wednesday, you come to the show Thursday, you get drunk on Friday, crew again on Saturday. It's a great week.
A lot of drinking, a lot of hiding your emotions, a lot of disappointment, a lot of.
The show will be the least disappointing thing this week. Hopefully.
See, I know you, and I don't believe that, and I believe that
You
you're
said
trying-
already that you're trying to lose.
Hey, I'm cheap, but there's more of me.
What is it? Gas
Why are you
station vodka?
outroing right now?
Because no, it's over. Segment two's over.
What's over?
Bye, Travis.
Oh, I thought we were just doing segment 3.
See you in
No,
LA.
this is segment 2.
Okay. Bye.
If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 2, including Travis Irvine, don't worry, he's coming back on segment 3.
Nope,
We
he'll
got
be
your
in
Why
hot
don't we
LA.
takes.
just? Why
He's
don't we
in
just?
LA.
Why don't we? I
Bye.
thought this was
He's already
segment
there.
3 this whole time.
We got a whole fucking song, John. Why did I edit it?
It's because you don't know how to edit the
4
show
years
if you
ago.
don't have the full thing played.
You're goddamn right. Mapaches, you're listening to the trash pit known as ACES Radio.
I really want John Zidar dead.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With the savage attack in a mouth like a match. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic. Illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping ain't an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to fuming while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die, spitting fresh to death from above. Get it, David F. Man, you don't stop. David, you don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah, I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, yeah. And to my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky.
You still did. Oh shit! Hey!
Oh, hey.
Hey! Welcome. Speaking of radio, welcome back. It's 126, the episode that is, or 127. No one fucking
I
cares.
think it's 127.
I think it's 127 of ACES Radio. My name is Carol Seaver. Thanks as always to our guests on segment 2. This week's edition, Travis Irvine / Dino Tripodis. You know him from Dino and Stacy in the morning on Sunday 95, back during your childhood. My name is Carol Seaver. Welcome back to the Trash Pocket. I can still only hear it in my left ear, Drabs. How do we sound from
Did
your
you
perspective?
expect that to change at some point?
I would like to ask the same question.
Well, Brent's
I
busy.
can still only hear out of one ear despite having done nothing different over the past hour and a half.
Brent's busy masturbating across the street. I thought maybe he would have thrown something at us.
I think he already
Oh,
arrived.
He'll be throwing
arrived
some
and
stuff
then
at
he
you.
left.
That's all right. That's for sure.
I
He
set him
came
up,
and
you
then he
knocked him
went.
down, John. Sean, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is just like sitting somewhere and like semen being thrown at you from a parking lot?
Should we check on him? Should we check on Brent?
Nah, I'm sure he's fine.
He did scream at
Can
me
you see
like,
his tiny peen?
It's true. It's too dry over here.
He's just parked in
It's too dry over here.
Can I get some wetness? And I think he was requesting you, John.
I heard that his favorite lubricant is actually High C Orange.
That's right, John. They say the only cure for the scourge that is dryness is Ecto Cooler.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
And you're not going to stop there.
We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter.
We got the grand prize.
Walter, this is a very poor episode. Things are not going well. Shit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another edition of the Battle for the Grand Prize. My name is Morgan Hughes. I'll be your tour guide during this fall down the rabbit's hole. You will not enjoy it. You will have a lot of anus pain. And I recommend getting a bag of ice. Before we head to the subreddit, and those massive lads, I wonder if I could go ahead and read the overall standings. According to Alex Thomas, is the only reason that people tune in. In first place, the illegitimate champion currently, Columbus Crew Eagle with 26 points, followed by You're going to in second with 10. Downtown Falcon checks in third with 8, followed by Basketball Emoji with 6 points. The 5-pointers are AGS Attack and Tim Bezmachenko, followed in 7th with 4 points by Bonesy 10, Angry Drabs, Degenerate Kneebone, and Weekend Stepdad. 11th place with 3 points are Cleb Porter, Aces Archive, Mike Hudson sucks, he certainly does. 14th place with 2 points are Gary the Winged Lion, Robert Shaft, Setting the Table, Columbus Lad, Arby's Official, Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, and Hired Ballerina, not spelled how you think it is. The 1-pointers are as follows. Morgan's Fun Van for your kids. Morgan's Anal Leakage, Massive 14, Smack Jack Off, Lamborghini, Morgan's Pocket Recorder, Nordecker, Ron T, Joe Bednick, Goals for Shallow Salad, Campazano Family, Waffles Eagle, Jarvis Woodson, Hook Mania, Ralph Shudell, Dayton Dutch Osprey, Arch City Owl, Stanklord, USA, Gilf, and Kansas University PR. Bringing up the rear this week, Greg, and getting the bulk with 0 points in 42nd place, Bob O'Shaughnessy. Bob O'Shaughnessy.
What do you think about that, Travis?
He's right where he belongs.
We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, where I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. Today's topmost of the popmost comes to us from none other than your Gooner with 13 points, quote, for tomorrow's game, out, Milton Valenzuela, Federico Higuain, Gaston Sauro, Josh Williams, and any chance at a win. Questionable. Jonathan Mensah, David Guzman, and Cruz scoring even 1 goal. Probable. Caleb Porter blaming someone other than himself for a loss. Game time decision. How we give up a late goal to snatch defeat from the jaws of a draw. End quote. Droby Sprintface, your thoughts?
Very well done. This is one of the cleverest hot takes I've seen this year, and I really appreciate it. Yeah.
That's not saying very much.
I mean, the bar is set incredibly low. Travis, you can confirm I already upvoted this. This is how I'm now keeping track of my blood points. Is like I vote for 2.
You only vote for the ones that
I
you
only vote for the ones that
are
I'm gonna
intending
get
to give your
blood
point to.
so that I can scroll.
So
back
you
through.
read? Do you? Am I the only one who doesn't read all the hot takes before the show?
Oh, I don't read it at all.
I don't read it at all.
I've gotten to the point.
So
that
just
I
Darby then ruins everything.
Yeah.
That's why you've become such more disinterested in this segment.
Right.
I've noticed a
What's
lot
your
more.
excuse?
I've never been interested in it, but I've noticed that you've been a lot more. There's been a lot more blank
There's a lot
stares
more
from that
mail-in.
side of the table than there used to be.
Wait.
Wait.
Hold on. Wait.
What is this? A weather segment?
Wait. What?
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, we have breaking news. We go now live.
John, hold on. I'll do this
John,
again.
we go now.
Do you want?
live.
We know go.
Actually,
Darby,
can
who are we going live to?
Travis, would you like to go live? Right?
Are we going live right now?
Travis.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. John.
Sorry.
You just coughed.
Excuse me. Was that the? I thought this was the Ralph Chanel show.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled Buffalo Bills podcast, in which you can only hear one side of your head through one side.
Wait, are they only going to be able to hear?
You
No,
can
that's
also
just
only
us,
hear
right?
One side of your head.
They'll be able to hear the whole head.
Just for us,
Find out.
I didn't get the whole head.
We have a gilded comment. And it is from
means what?
somebody got
Someone
gold.
spent money.
Yes.
They were like, I like this comment enough. Let me give Reddit $1.
Yes. Yeah. We have a gilded
I've
comment.
never
in Hot
understood
Take.
that. It doesn't pump you up the standings higher, does it?
No, certainly not. And I don't think that it
So
matters.
you pay Reddit
Yeah.
to give someone's comment a little
tiny
PNG,
little tiny,
a little JPEG.
yeah, little tiny JPEG.
Yeah,
baby.
because you liked it.
Little tiny baby dick.
What
Little
a
tiny
fucking
baby dick.
stupid thing. Okay.
From setting the table with a little tiny baby dick on the side with 8 points.
Did
quote,
Darby give this baby dick?
No, I didn't. I am too cheap to give Reddit gold.
For the first time this week, it is not the
not
baby dick
Darby
from Drabs. Yeah. Unlike Morgan, we all have hectic lives, and taking the time out of our day to listen to a full-length episode of ACES Radio can be difficult at times. Inspired by the MLS and 15 condensed TV matches, I've edited last week's podcast into a condensed version for listeners called ACES in 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Is it actually an audio edit?
Yes.
We'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go ahead and actually. This should be a hyperlink hyperlink you actually click.
I opened it in
Okay.
Chrome, and I think that's the only way it can play. So
it's in a
we'll
Google
see.
Drive.
In 3, 2, 1. Sweet monkey balls.
It's a veritable room full of people who think they're more important than they are.
Sorry about it, Dante. Suck the balls.
John, where'd you watch it?
Here. Accident. You should trip over your dick and get a result. Horseshit.
Unbelievably, inconceivably fucking horrible.
2012 Chivas. The folding Chivas.
This team's so bad, maybe they should consider moving them.
Every week we suck balls. It's your fucking job to get it. It's the only thing you're hired to do. This guy's a fucking moron. You suck my balls if you don't think so.
Shut up and dribble, Morgan. Stay in your lane. Yeah, like what, Morgan?
Yellow like the winter of my discontent.
The Bluestone.
Whip! Whip!
The fuck? You know, that guy who pisses on children's faces. Hello, John?
No, Mom.
no.
Oh, sorry about that. Darby, can you hang up with the escort? Thank you.
From here.
What? How dare you? You poop mouth. You poopy pants idiot.
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
What, buddy? Sup, buddy?
Is that a combination of female of the match and game ovaries?
What?
Welcome back. Jesus.
Twitter journalist Sam call. Done yet, asshole?
Sorry about that. People love me. I'm hot to trot. I'm a Jeopardy boy, as they call me.
Allegedly.
People will think of me as an idiot, which we do.
No?
Poop is delicious, Alex. Back to you.
Her name was Morgan. Her name was Morgan. Super nice.
How'd you do with that next day there?
A lot of crystal meth, John.
What an idiot.
I'll go with hot noggin. All right, John.
I'd like to try hot noggin again.
He needs whatever we are.
Yes, I'd like to sign up for your newsletter.
That was great.
If I had the wings of a sparrow.
Well, fuck.
Sadio Main. Osmane, Sumain, Dembleble, Perusia, Menglegle Bake. Emmanuel, Aid Bayer, Boss, Basakis, see her, Bessagazer, Odd Bay, Aid Bayo, Ad Kim Fam, We Kimba, We Quem, Wanderers, Adi, Adi Main. It's for Saleh. Fannerbeck!
Mork. Elon Musk or whoever comes in and is good. It's a spicy meatball.
All right, Nate.
And now, an ACES radio.
Garlic takes 2 years. 5 years. Yeah.
How does what a fucking treat.
Oh my fucking god, dude! What?
That's actually worth Reddit gold.
That's pretty fucking good.
God.
I'd like to award my blood points.
Yeah, let's just get the blood points now. Why bother with anyone else?
I saw that Midsummer horror movie, and the part where you're trying to pronounce names sounds just like the Swedish language.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back from that. That was hard. I want to listen to that again, but I won't.
You will
Provide
tonight.
the link. Provide the link.
Because I know that when this is published...
I'll
you
tweet the link out.
Yeah.
Oh, my fucking God. John, your thoughts?
I'm ready to award my blood points.
The only thing I remember from last week is like all of the plus trying to pronounce those names. So like, dude, setting the table, aka Darren, the shitlord. If you do this every week, we'll start a GoFundMe to pay you for it.
I mean, and also you probably have enough games left that you will win the entire competition.
Yeah, this should just be a segment.
I would like that very much. John.
TLDR last week, Aces.
Yeah, in case you missed it.
Yeah.
ICYMI.
I don't want to, but moving on. From user Kepster with 7 points, quote, wish quote, would never wish an injury on someone, but the crew outlasted Breck Shea's ACL. Yep. We're just going to go ahead and celebrate that. Sorry about it. Sorry about that. You trolled us when our fucking team was about to be destroyed. And we wish you nothing but a speedy recovery. Travis Irvine, your thoughts?
I hope he has a speedy recovery so he hurts it again. That's what I feel about Breck Shea.
Yeah.
Also, reply from user Fishbert.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
I'd send my sympathy, but Justin Merrim would think it was directed at him.
Ooh.
Well done.
What is that? What's that mean? Breck Shea?
Yeah.
You see, at one of the Open Cup
there was a game where Breck Shea got booed.
Well, he got booed because he was coming on, but Justin Merrim was coming on. And Justin assumed that everyone was booing him.
It's so much better when you explain it early. Yeah. That makes it the best joke.
Daddy had his drinking pants on that game. Moving on from user basketball emoji with 5 points quote, it doesn't take the smart McKinley brother to see the correlation between new users in the hot takes and Morgan tweeting about something inane. You want a shorter hot takes thread? Wetness? Make Morgan delete his account. End quote.
Mr. Poopy
The wetness, your thoughts?
I would love to do that. I will conspire with Pam to make it happen.
John Zadar has called into the microphone.
The fuck on from user Crew Yelp Reviews with 4 points. Quote, 1 star. The service sucks, but so does the finishing. Travis Irvine, your thoughts?
That's a hot take right there. You're not wrong.
Moving on from user Angry Drabs with 3 points. Quote, I have 0 fucks left to give about this season.
Just do it.
Drolby Scrinface, your thoughts?
You lost your bro voice for that. What happened there?
What's that? What?
You used to sound like a pissed off frat guy when it was Angry Drabs, and you lost.
You want to do it again?
You want to try again?
Go one more time.
What are you talking about?
Do it again.
You sounded like Angry.
What's left to give about this season?
No, that sounds like Angry Morgan.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is the only way I scream, bruh.
What? Oh my fucking god!
Hold on. We interrupt this regularly scheduled Buffalo Bills podcast for this bit of breaking news. We go now live to the moon, where Morgan Hughes is.
Oh my god! And
That's a great shirt.
shit!
That's a great shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Solanomax is here, and he's wearing a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah, take that picture.
Of a,
Get that
of
picture,
a guy of literally Neil Armstrong on the moon with the fucking Ohio flag.
That's brilliant. Love it.
Solanomax, you beautiful bitch. I'd let you take my kids to the moon at any point.
If you weren't sterile.
Pam, get pregnant immediately. We have kids to give to Solanomax. Moving on from user Pam's Garbage Disposal. Okay. All right. With 3 points, quote,
Why the fuck are all these things going in me? I can't dispose a lot of this shit. Does she want me to die? End quote.
He approaches the baby gangster.
Drolby, Screenface, your thoughts? Nah. Just because Pam is an ignorant slut doesn't mean that you need to make Reddit accounts about that.
How women always tell you, like,
you're doing a great job and I enjoy this.
No, you don't hear that at all.
Oh, okay.
They always tell you, like, put the toilet seat down. And you're like, I try to, but maybe you should also occasionally fucking look back and make sure you're not about to sit directly in the toilet.
Sure.
Maybe you should look in your garbage disposal before you turn it on to make sure that there's not whole produce sitting in your disposal. Maybe that's what it is.
Drabs, you want me to, like, go fishing down my fucking drain
Yeah, I do. I want you to,
morning?
Yes. Could you
Every
please
morning.
put your hand down the garbage disposal every day?
That's never happening,
Maybe
dude.
occasionally
That's
hit the
true love
switch.
right there.
Yeah.
Every fucking day you want me to just go ahead and, like, let me just jambone my hand down there.
Why don't you put your dick down the disposal?
Listen,
and then
I've been putting my hand into enough things in our house. Blood point to myself. Moving on from user Tim Bezmachenko with 3 points, quote, Hey guys, while it may look like playoffs are out of the window this year, the future of the club is bright. We just brought in Steve Lyons to run our business, and man is his smile great. I'm doing wonderful. I love when he smiles at me and his eyes twinkle. He also dresses so well. He's so stylish and charming. Wow. I'm rambling. Yeah, the future is bright. Have you guys fired Morgan yet? I'm thinking about a different firing these days. I'll do that once the ACES mutiny against Morgan occurs. Deal? Go Crew. Signed, Tim. End quote. Travis Irvine, your thoughts?
Well, that's it. The only way we're going to get Porter fired is for you guys to fire Morgan. So
You're fired.
You're fired.
You can't.
That's 2 out of 3.
Please.
No. That ain't bad.
John.
That ain't bad. 2 out of 3. That
John,
ain't bad.
unplug his microphone, please. please.
How about
And,
no?
Oh, there are too many
Solana
wires.
Max, could you escort him from the building, please? Could you
Solana
take
Max-
him to the moon and leave him there?
You
That would be
moon man
great.
pederast, how dare you? Moving on from user Super Agent Lawyer with 3 points. Quote, as a longtime Save the Crew cheerleader, I deserve to be a celebrity guest. I have no idea what the show is about, which is a perfect fit for me, since I don't have any ideas either. End quote. John Zidar, your thoughts?
You know what's great about me posting this picture?
Yeah, everything?
Well, I mean, yeah. But it's extra great because it's currently the 50th anniversary of the Apollo mission that landed us on the moon.
Yes.
So everyone assumes it's for that.
I've been blessed to be able to include that very popular hashtag in the tweet, so lots of people will see the pederasty in action. A lot of people are saying it's time to send the man back to the moon.
We do have a quote from Neil
I think I
Armstrong.
know who we send.
Great again.
In Neil Armstrong in regards to the moon in 3, 2, 1.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
Yeah, you can't hear it because the thing is broken.
Fingers are broken.
Moving on from Jesus. User Morgan Garbage Disposal.
Morg's Garbage Disposal.
Morg's Garbage Disposal with 3 points. Quote, hi, Morgan, it me, your garbage disposal. Why do you let Pam hurt me?
Why does everything that like interacts with you talk like a retarded kid?
Because they're speaking to his level.
Haven't you... Oh, man.
Jesus.
Fatality.
Haven't you told her to use the trash for her used panties and shoes? She recently made me play a game of Will It Disposal. The answer was almost always no. Here's a list of things she tried to get rid of using me. Coffee grounds, some boy named Derek, potato skins, Gary, uncooked pasta, a large man in an eagle costume, glass, anything crew-related, leftovers, this was the one thing that worked, and finally, a waffle maker. Please don't let Pam hurt me anymore. She's a bad person. At least Columbus Crew Eagle knows how to disposal when he's in your house alone to play with baby Eagle. Love your garbage disposal, end quote. Travis Irvine, your thoughts?
I don't like it.
Finally, that'll be the final bird-related thing of the night. Moving on from user Eric Crew Eagle Hughes. With 2 points, quote, hi, Mom. Dad said you saved the crew so that you could attend games with me. Why haven't you taken me yet? Frowny face.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving the fuck on! From user Sanch Hate Club with 1 point, quote, Columbus is the poorest team the world has ever seen. Columbus is the poorest team the world has ever seen. We're gonna lose the league and it's gonna be obscene, 'cause Columbus is the world's poorest team. La 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 la. La 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 la. We're gonna lose the league and it's gonna be obscene, 'cause Columbus is the world's poorest team. Hashtag all of Crew's problems have 100% been Sanchez's fault. End quote. Drolby Screenface, your thoughts?
On any other week, you get blood points for this.
Yeah, that was pretty creative.
Yeah.
But you didn't edit a 3-minute thing of a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry. Moving the fuck on. Second to last hot take of the night comes from Fishbert with 1 point, quote, can't wait for the one, the only Anthony Precourt Memorial Wooden Spoon to arrive in Columbus, end quote. Sean Sitar, your thoughts?
What? I genuinely...
Crew's
I was
gonna
paying
win
attention that whole time until that very second.
Crew's going to win the Anthony Precourt Memorial Wooden Spoon.
I mean, I wouldn't count Cincinnati out yet.
I wouldn't either, John, because...
they're on a
moving
2-game winning streak, which we haven't been on since...
Have we ever won 2 games in a row? It's tough for me to remember
probably,
things that aren't
I
painful.
think April.
Didn't we win our first 2 games?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
April, May, we might have had 2.
Last hot take of the night comes to us. Should we even read it, though?
Yeah, you should.
What's the last one? So it's probably Bob O'Shaughnessy.
Right. Columbus Crew Eagle.
From Columbus Crew Eagle with 0 points, quote, hi, Mergen. It is Columbus Crew Eagle. Happy to hear from you on Tuesday. I always say everything happened on Tuesday. I hear you sad because Crew is terrible. I also sad. I tell you on Twitter. But if you sad, I can do thing you like. You know, with the stretching of your butt. I also spend long time watching House on Summit. I watch dumb bitch Pam plant tomatoes. Why plant in 3 spots. Why not just plant 1 spot? Pam's so dumb. Marigan, you need leave, Pam. Columbus Crew Eagle plant veggie in 1 spot. That makes sense. Pam make no sense. Marigan, please, end quote.
How about no?
So are your tomato plants in 3 different spots?
2. Yeah, no. Yes.
So the eagle not only knows family members' names, but also knows the locations of plants in your yard.
Eagles get a little creepy.
Please don't talk over this.
Signs are pointing more and more towards.
The calls are coming from inside the house.
Yeah, exactly. What if this whole time the eagle is Morgan?
What if this whole time it's
and he's
Pam?
playing us all like fool? This is exactly some shit he would do, and he's gonna present the award at
To
the end
myself?
yes, to yourself.
Oh my god!
Don't act like that's not something you would do. I tricked you all. I'm the greatest hot taker. It's the last award.
I would say something like this. Oh, I tricked you all. You gave me all your blood points. You dirty bitch, Solanamex. You're even wearing a shirt that shows you on the moon planting the flag of pederasty. How dare you? Well, from a lot
Jim
of people
Jordan lives here.
Jim Jordan says, "You're not wrong. You're not wrong." And I love
wrestling
ACES
with a lot.
Radio.
Yeah.
We didn't want. We didn't
I
want
can't
you to
believe I
say
didn't
that.
think of that. You're right, John. Now, ooh,
The Columbus Crew Eagle was dressed like a man in an eagle costume.
Jarvis.
yeah.
He was here last year, dude.
It was Jarvis.
Okay, that's fair. Jarvis Woodson, you dirty bitch. You blew our cover. Okay, Columbus Crew Eagle, you can go ahead and delete your account, or I'll go ahead and delete my account.
How many kinds of tomatoes do you have?
Reason to.
Do you have
ever
3
post
different
again.
kinds?
There's
Yes.
2 different kinds.
We have little jumbo babies. What are they called? Sausage House.
They
Beef
have
beefsteak tomatoes or whatever they're called?
They have
Yeah.
Doran tomatoes and they have tiny baby dick
We got
tomatoes.
we got beefsteak. We got beefsteak tomatoes.
Okay.
We got tomatoes.
Okay.
Which are the normal ones that you would buy at Kroger or Big Bear, and then we have little tiny baby penis ones, little tiny cherry
Grape tomatoes?
Yes,
Grape tomatoes.
baby cherries.
I don't know what the difference is.
Baby cherry tomatoes, and we have 4 plants of those.
Ooh, you have lots
Because
of
they come in
tomatoes.
4 packs.
They're everywhere, Drabs. And we also have 2
Tomatoes
plants.
do spread like weeds.
Yeah,
If you don't
'cause
like
they are weeds.
keep up with them a lot.
Because they are. We have 2 plants of what are those?
Those are delicious, though.
Little, you know what I'm doing right here?
Is that a sewing kit?
It's a sewing kit.
No, I'm cutting leaves.
He's cutting leaves.
When you're
Basil?
making basil. Yep, we got basil plants. We got
You
2
don't
of those.
need 2 of
Why
those.
don't you
They
grow-
grow. They grow
grow some
huge
mint?
too.
We don't have any of
Yeah,
that.
you
Drabs.
Grow
would
mint
use
for
mint.
drinks.
We
Yeah.
got 2 of
Oh
the
yeah, you got mint for drinks.
2 of
Yeah.
those.
You got a dill.
strawberries. We got 2 strawberry
Fresh
plants.
Wait,
Strawberries-
that's the sign
Strawberries
for
don't.
strawberries?
Strawberries don't grow
stroking
anything.
the balls.
I get it. He's starting at the top and he's
I'm
coming down to
picking
the
'em out.
point.
I'm picking it down. I'm picking it down like a
I'm picking it down. I'm picking it
like a
down. Even though
soft
those
boy.
are a vine plant that grow in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picking them down from the vine.
He's
Strawberries.
grabbing them
They're
from
growing on the
on
ground.
high above him.
You won't
Yeah.
even get
Yeah.
strawberries for like 2 more years.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And then we got a shitload of onion plants, John. We got a
Oh, yeah.
shitload of onion plants. That's the last hot take of the night. Lads,
Lots of stuff out there.
we have blood points to give away. Drabs, we go to you first. Your 2 blood
I
points
looked it up.
tonight.
We did not win our first 2 games. We won game 2 and 3, though.
Right. Do we have another 2-game?
Yeah, we did.
We tied
Games 5 and 6.
Okay, and that would have been like
So we
April
beat
then, right?
we beat New England, then we beat Dallas. That was March 9th and March 16th.
Nice.
My
That's right.
birthday.
Undefeated in the Caleb Porter
and then
era.
we beat Atlanta on the 30th, the rain game, and then we beat New England again on the 6th of April.
On the road.
Okay.
All right.
So those are 2... no, those are both home games.
And then
The first batch of games was an away and then a home.
yeah, it was New England. We beat at home and away.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's-
Fantastic.
All right. So anyway,
Those were our
my-
last wins.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Long-ass fucking
Well,
time ago.
Galaxy. We
No,
beat
there
Galaxy.
was that was we
the
had
one off where the
standalone
crew looked
win.
amazing and everything was perfect.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That was May 8th.
Right. 2002.
1997.
My 2 blood points. Of course, one's going to setting the table. That was fantastic. I was laughing at work listening to that. I am also going to give one to your Gavin is showing. I really enjoyed the injury report. So well done, lads. There were others that were worthy this week, but those 2 were top tier.
All right. Travis Irvine, you have 2 blood points to go to the following
Did
users.
you want to look?
Yeah, let me go to John and then I'll think about it.
John, you have 2 blood points.
I'm going to give one to, who was it that did the thing?
Setting the table.
Setting the table. And then...
who was it that did the thing?
You all knew what I meant.
Yeah, no, we got it, yeah.
And then I would like to give one to the Eagle because that's my tradition, but I won't. Instead, I will give one to Solana Mex. For what?
No, you'll be at 1 point. So
Yeah,
that
he just
puts-
lost it.
Oh, no, that is in the... Yeah, you're not bringing up the rear and getting the bulk because that's...
Yeah.
Would you like to bring up the rear and get the bulk?
Okay,
bring
all
up the
right,
rig at the
that's
moment.
fair. Travis Irvine, have you looked at stuff on the internet?
I've looked at stuff on
Okay.
the internet. I've discovered this new hot website called Reddit.
Ooh,
pretty good.
It's brand new.
A
lot of people are starting to use it.
Yeah, I gotta follow suit and give a point to setting the table. That was brilliant. You should do more of it. I've never seen the fellas laugh so hard in my entire life.
They call us the fellas,
Right,
They
because
call you
we've
fellas.
seen your comedy. So.
Hi-yo! Save it for Thursday, 8 p.m. The Premise at Shadowbox Live with Dino Tripodis. And then, Morgan, could you put on some sentimental music?
I sure can.
Morgan, with my last blood point
Ever.
on this
Rest in peace.
podcast,
Oh, you're not done.
can I take a blood point away from Bob O'Shaughnessy?
That's absolutely right. You can. Yeah, that's right. Bob O'Shaughnessy, you suck my balls.
Why are you clapping like that?
Oh, I saw Pink Floyd play in the Horseshoe. Oh, I'm 700 years old. I'm 800 years old, which is what 100 plus 700 equals. Oh, I'm Bob O'Shaughnessy. I live in Clintonville. Oh, look at me. I got one of those driveways with grass in between the two drive parts. You got like, where does
The two drive parts,
where
is
does-
that the technical term?
Where does the tire touch? And then
What
in
do we do with
between
the
that,
tire, Morgan?
we will grow grass straps.
We
I
What
grew
do we
up
do
in
with
the house
tire? We drive on the
from
two drive
Father of the
things.
Bride. Oh, look at me. I'm Steve Martin. I'm married to Mary Steenburgen. Nope, that's not who's in it. What's her name?
Ted Danson.
No, the girl who wears the pantsuits.
Hillary Clinton.
Other than that, other than her.
Monica Lewinsky.
Okay, the third person
She
who wears
wore a dress.
pantsuits.
Not anymore.
She's from a...
You wear a dress during that one incident. You never wear a dress.
Come on,
again.
she's from Father of the Bride.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Robin Wright.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Nope. No,
I'm thinking Nuns Run In or whatever
Come
it's
on,
called.
that girl from the Woody Allen
Wrong
movie.
Bride movie.
Come on,
His wife?
Runaway Bride.
Diane
Jennifer
Keaton.
Lopez.
I'm Diane Keaton from Father of the Bride. I live at Bob O'Shaughnessy's house. Oh, look at me. I work at a shoe factory. I own a shoe company. Oh. Kieran Culkin is my youngest son. He's 800 years younger than the girl who married Pete Sampras. What's her name?
Diane Keaton?
Steve Martin's
I don't know
baby,
anyone you're
baby
saying.
girl. Oh, I married Pete Sampras. I retired with 14 majors, and then 7 months later, 3 people had more majors than me. Oh, I'm Pete Sampras. Look at me.
Is that a tennis player?
Yeah,
Or a golf guy?
he's a Greek guy. He has very hairy legs, John. Okay, he could serve the
He's
hell
a
out of the ball.
hairsman.
My 2 blood points both go to setting the table, which is. And if I have a third one, it would go to. But I don't. So, suck my balls. And this has been another battle for the grand goddamn prize. Solana Max, put your genitals away. What's all this about?
It's not it's butt washing.
Very long outro, John.
It's a very dirty butt, Morgan.
Very dirty butt. Wash it with that vagina. Oh, yeah, baby, back to you, Ralph. Do we have a Ralph? I don't think we do. Is there a Ralph thing here?
Isn't that cool? Because I'm always working hard to get you special deals.
Moving on, lads.
Working hard to get you special deals.
Take a breath. We have game predictions to update. Last week, Cruisers FC taking on the Orlando.myshopifys.com. Solana Max, where are you coming from, man? Like, I was just worried about you. Like, you exist still?
I mean, China.
Have you been overseas, like working the computers?
Where
whatever
do you
you
come
do?
from?
were you
Shopify
with?
Joe.
Wait. What family were you with
Yeah.
most recently?
The Cleveland one.
The American
obviously.
family.
Look
All
at the
right.
hat.
All right.
I'm just happy to know that you're. Didn't I just text you or send you a message? I'm like, are you alive? And you said, I am. And I was like, all right, I don't care anymore. Moving on, Cruisers FC taking on OrlandoCity.myshopify.coms on Saturday. on Corey Crognell's 65th birthday, except it wasn't.
Except it wasn't. It was a week before.
It was actually
on the Crognell's 28th wedding anniversary, which they were not celebrating.
Because no one that has been married that long gives a shit about anything.
Yeah, they woke up at like 3 in the morning and like, oh shit, it's our anniversary. Good night.
And then Karen crapped in her underpants because she's a very old lady.
Oh, wow. You said
That's 2 weekends in a row.
Getting wild.
The guest, a.k.a. Solana Max, a.k.a. Yvonne Seagull, but I don't know who it was. Cause
Why are you holding that paper like you've never held anything before?
I tried to fold it in a way that worked.
Paper airplane.
I didn't look at it.
It could be a hat, or it could be a brooch, it could be a pterodactyl.
The guest said it was going to be 1-2 loss. That was very far from being true. It was 0-1 loss. You get 5 points and may God have mercy on your soul. John Zadar, a.k.a. the Wetness, you said it was going to be a 1-1 tie. Nah, bitch. It was a 0-1 loss. You get 0 points and may God have mercy on your soul. Drolby Scrinface, the old man. Just go ahead and put that drink anywhere,
Sorry.
John.
Don't put on the equipment.
You said it was going to be a 0-1 loss, and while that was very far from being true, it was a loss. You get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Horgan Muse, the continuing champion, he goes to Subway restaurants and he orders chocolate cooked
I'll have the
chippies. I'll have a chocolate cooked chippy. I'm from Brazil. I don't speak English. You said it was going to be a 0-2 loss, and while that was very close to being true, it was a 0-1 loss. You do get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Moving on to the overall standing.
How dare you?
This fucking equipment's falling apart. In last place, the guest, a.k.a. Solana Max, a.k.a. Von Seagull, with 10 points. You're in 4th place. In 3rd place, Sean Sitar, a.k.a. the Wetness, a.k.a. the Wet Boy, 20 points. In 2nd place. As far away from first as the last is from you. The old tiny baby cock. That's what they call him. Darby Schaff. 55 points.
Like, old tiny baby dick. Let's make sure we get his name right.
Old tiny baby cock, Darby Schaff. And in
Please
first
don't
place.
make that into a drop, Julie.
Julie hasn't made drops in years.
And in first place, the giant baby cock, Morgan Schaff.
That's right! We got married and I took your name. You were too drunk to remember it. I gay married the shit out of you, Drabs. Oh, Solana Max, he performed the wedding on the moon.
On Saturday, that's not beyond the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
You remember? No? Okay, it happened. Moving on, we have a weather report, and it didn't happen. We didn't record it because we had a thing. We couldn't do it, but I believe that if I just shuffle through
You weren't smart enough to make the gear work until Darby told you how.
Let's find the oldest weather report we have, and let's just play that. Well, 2017. Okay.
That's going to be great because it's going to be short.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Here we go. Back to Alex Thomas in 3, 2, 1.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself,
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain!
I don't understand what's happening here. Oh, I hit the intro. Here we go. Never mind.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself,
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain!
Aha, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. Alex Thomas. Alex, welcome back.
Morgan, thanks for having me, buddy.
How the hell are you?
I'm great, man. How about you?
I'm doing great. You know, I'd be doing a lot better if I knew what the weather was going to be like in New York City this weekend, Alex.
Well, we're going to get to that in a second. I want to talk about some other stuff real quick.
yeah? All right.
Yeah. How about Kyle Beckerman cutting his hair?
What? I did see that. I saw that.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Like right after you did.
Yeah, it was real strange because I saw a little interview with him today, and he's like, "Yeah, man, you know, my wife and I just started like trimming it up and cutting it, and we kept going." And
Which
then
is exactly what you and Concubine Mary did.
Same thing, man.
If he wasn't Jamaican, why would he wear that hat?
Exactly. So, quick side note: I might have already told you a story. I had a buddy from high school that was a grade older than me, and he had dreads.
Yeah.
The whole time I knew him. And I got a hold of my friend out on the West Coast and said, "Hey, I cut my hair." He said, "You won't believe this. Tony cut his too." We cut our hair on the same day, and I had not talked to this kid in 15 years. Weird shit. Something's going on in the cosmos, man. Let's get back to the weather.
Fantastic. Back to you, Alex.
All right, so the team's playing 5 p.m. Eastern, Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
It's going to be nice weather, man. 63 degrees.
Ooh, pleasant even.
Winds out of the south at 6 miles an hour. And at that point, the team is going to know who they're going to face in the next
That's
round.
true. Yeah.
Because we got Toronto.
Toronto and Red Bull are kicking off, 3? 3 o'clock, we kick off
and they're
at 5.
they're playing in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
That would be weird if both teams were playing in New York on the same day.
Boy, that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
Well, it'd be impossible because, Harrison's in New Jersey.
John Clem could go to both games.
He's in prison. How dare you? Anything else you got for us on the weather report,
Nah, man.
Alex?
I just want everybody to have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves. Get some rest. We've all been working real hard, and keep it positive.
Amen, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Thomas.
Smoke weed every day.
Fantastic. That was a great weather report.
And now,
Well, okay,
an
here we go.
ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report. With
Why can I not stop
I was
that?
to say you haven't been pushing buttons very good today.
We will edit that out, John. Don't worry about it. In 3, 2, 1. Cruisers FC traveling to Bridgeview, Illinois for the last time, lads, ever. Because apparently they're moving to Chicago, which is not a short trip from Bridgeview, Traps. Not at all.
It's quite a long.
Oh, has there been news on that?
Yeah, they're going to play in Soldier Field next
season.
year.
Oh, really?
They paid like $65 million to get out of the Bridgeview contract.
What's the long-term plan?
Not like
That is the long-term
they
plan.
Oh,
paid
Soldier
exactly.
Field again forever?
Until allegedly they're going to be building a stadium somewhere in Chicago, just like NYCFC is going to be building a stadium somewhere in New York
Because
City.
if there's a city that has enough open space for a stadium, it's definitely Chicago.
Maybe they'll just build another pier and put it on that.
What's a township that's closer than
They
Bridgeview?
should dump a lot of trash
Arlington Heights?
into the
There you
lake and then just build the stadium on top of Trash Island.
Ooh.
They could literally build a stadium on top of the dead, rotting corpses of all of their failed designated players.
Build a mountain out of your failure and then put a stadium on.
Roasted. They could build 2 stadium straps. We go to you first. Your thoughts on the upcoming match, my friend?
Bridgeview has won 1 game in their last 9. In any other season, we would laugh at them for that. And instead, right now, I'm thinking, God, I wish we were that
True.
We Diaz apparently might be in the 18 this week. Might come off the bench. Our other new guys are all still dealing with visa issues and other assorted bullshit. So it's going to be the same team that you're used to. So expecting different results on the road would be insanity. We're not insane, so yeah.
Hate to see that.
Speak for yourself.
Travis Irvine, as you smash your whiteboard into the microphone 100 times, your thoughts on the upcoming match, my friend?
John Zadar has
Here we go.
coughed
Blame me
into
for
the
everything.
microphone.
Thanks, Zadar. I agree with Derby.
I love when everybody agrees with
Well, the Chicago team is not good, and any other year I would be like, well, this is a solid 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Aren't they playing in the Soldier Field yet? Not yet?
Boom.
We're still in
Did you
Bridgeview?
get your shit together? We just
I am
talked
working
about
on it
this.
over here.
Get your shit together and get the fuck out of here and go to LA.
Wait, what? Yeah, we're going to lose. That's all. Just for, we gave Orlando their first home win in 2 months. We gave, Kansas City,
Would you plug your microphone in, please?
He touched it again.
Do it.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's way better.
Every time.
All right.
We gave Kansas City their
First
first.
you tell me not to touch it, then you tell me to touch it. I wish you'd make up your mind.
Are you doing a Pam impression?
Shove it in the garbage disposal.
Cool.
Take it easy, Ralph. That was pretty rapey.
We're gonna lose.
All right. Sean Zadar, he's writing furiously.
I just realized we had to predict 2 games instead of 1. So.
Oh, shit.
Do we have to, though?
Yeah, by the rules.
You don't want to predict them. You just want to do Montreal via tweet.
You could do
That's fine.
aggregate.
Yeah, I know,
You
I
could do
think-
aggregate. You could put how many goals.
Okay, well, if we're just going to do the one, then that's
Wait, I need to
we'll just do the one.
reinstitute. Can I violate I'm no longer allowed to predict 100 to nothing? Because if
No.
I'm predicting 2 games, I'm definitely
No, you were.
nothing.
We're doing one game,
Aggregate.
and then we'll tweet the rest of them, and there will be basketball emojis involved. John Zadar, your thoughts on the upcoming match, my friend?
I think that it's going to be a game in Chicago, Boat Village, and those don't go well for us.
Yeah,
super good. So,
my thoughts are one team is truly, truly bad, and they aren't going to make the playoffs, and they're bad, and like their city doesn't deserve their level of like butthole licking and like God, just like no one signed up for this. And then there's a team that's worse than the Chicago Fire, and it's called the Columbus Crew. Jesus Christ.
Wait, when can we get Steve Lyons on this podcast?
Wait, I'll call him right now. Hold on, let's get him.
Little known fact, Steve Lyons loves fart noises.
I think Steve Lyons actually laughed at that pretty hard. Okay. No, my thoughts are the Chicago Fire are just absolute unbelievable trash, and the Columbus Crew are levels and levels and levels below that. And it's sad and pathetic, and we've done nothing to ask for this. And the Crew are heartless and genitalless and got no fight left in them. And the only thing I'm looking forward to, Drabs, is just sweet, calm, soothing death. I just want to take that last breath and just let it out, and by the time it's done,
You're describing every day of my life.
I'll lose control of my bowels. I'll poop
Still
all over the
describing every
inside
day
of my
of my
legs.
I'm excited that this is an
Pam,
away
you-
game, so I don't have to go to
You
the
clean
stadium
my
on a
dead
Wednesday.
body. You clean my dead body, Pam. I'm dead. I'm dead. You selfish, selfish woman. Let's go around the panel. Latin term podcast host Drabs, your score prediction for the game, my friend.
Well, I did say you'd have to be insane to predict any other result based on there basically being the same team going on the road. So, of course, I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw.
What? Why would you think we'd be that good?
Because Caleb Porter is going to have to kiss every Crognail ass this week and put Alex in the 18 after he did his shitbag coach thing where he called out Crognail. Well, you can suck his nuts, Porter, because you're going to have to put him on the field because all your goddamn center backs are hurt. You're going to have to lick these nuts. Yeah, I'm holding it up to a non-existent.
Yeah, you're going to have to say.
Okay.
You're showing
What,
no
is it an
one.
audio?
Yeah. So 1-1 tie.
Sophie's mom.
Yeah. Hashtag bye-bye Bridgeview. Hashtag RAP 3-1 crew. Hashtag aces in 3 minutes. Hashtag name of Morgan's sex tape.
3 minutes. That's a little
Generous.
long for me. Travis Irvine, your score prediction for the match, my friend.
I'm going to go ahead and predict Chicago and Montreal games. Sorry, Bridgeview.
We actually said we weren't going to do that.
Oh, did we
But
say
he-
we're not going to do that? This
Yeah.
is my last show ever.
Wait, what you should do is text Morgan your score prediction
Okay.
for
Yeah,
Montreal.
we'll include
right
you
now.
in that.
No, you don't have to do
Yeah,
that.
do it right
Just
now.
go ahead and predict both of them,
No,
and we'll
text
count it.
Text it right now.
Here we go.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and predict my score as whatever team we're playing, and Columbus.
You didn't say the
You didn't
number.
say the
I
score.
didn't say the numbers because I'm showing it to the guys.
He's showing it
On the
opposite
interest.
Do you want
Periscope.
us to announce it
Yeah.
for you?
All right.
It's the number
let's
set.
go ahead
Periscope
and
cannot see
take
this.
2 and 3, 2, 1.
Clap, baby
Here we go. And clap.
noise.
Here we go. Travis Irvine, your score prediction for literally any game.
Any game of the rest of the season is whatever team we're playing. 7, Columbus 0.
So this is not cumulative.
This is cumulative and cooperative.
Not
And
cumulative.
communicative, yeah.
Every
It's
team
cumulative.
wins by a touchdown.
So the guests say 7-0 against the Fire, for the Fire, and 7-0 for the
in
Impact.
Montreal.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm just saying we are without
Sacre
all
bleu.
of our defenders, and he's got to
Except
play.
Crognail.
We're going to have to play Crognail and then also Karen Crognail,
Yeah.
and then that's going to be our back line.
Who's going to book the
She
guest for
wouldn't be
next
the
week?
worst defender on the team.
Travis, say something in French.
Merci beaucoup.
Reminder, as always, that Guy from Ohio is available on iTunes.
It is, and Spotify, and it's playing on Sirius Radio.
Is it?
That's what's paying for my move to LA.
Me and Pam and Pam's twin brother and Pam's older brother listened to it at Yellowstone National Park. The whole thing.
Really?
The whole thing. We were driving through. We were listening to it.
It's a beautiful park. Why would you do that?
Cleveland Steamer, Cincinnati Bow Tie.
That's a classic bit.
Going to Mars.
The Columbus Crew bit.
Columbus Crew.
Shaved scrotum
who
night.
does he take to Mars?
Great.
The
Himself.
corpses of the boys?
Oh, no.
See, Travis
Hey,
doesn't
pick
have
those
a driver's
corpses up on my
license.
way past the moon for you there,
got
Salon.
them kind of problems, all right?
He had
Well,
to-
you're just. I'm not saying
just
you're doing
disposing
anything
of the bodies.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're doing anything inappropriate with
Yeah,
the
right.
corpses.
Thank
I'm just
you.
saying you're
Yet.
transporting them.
You're not doing anything inappropriate with the corpses yet.
Yet.
John Zadar, your score prediction for the match, my friend.
I have also predicted a 1-1 draw. And I have hashtag Darby's Tiny Baby Shaft. Hashtag
Oh, I should do hashtag.
Moon Man McDonald's Masturbators. Hashtag Steve Loud Butt Lions.
I said Crew SC 0, Bridge Vows 2, hashtag Team Sierra
How do you spell
Berhalter.
Yows?
Doesn't look like you spelled it right.
VAWYS. Vows. Hashtag definitely only girls on a 3-4 man. Hashtag super duper hot. Hashtag echo screaming. Hashtag justice friends. Hashtag get pounded with my frozen cherry tomatoes.
There's an E in tomatoes, Morgan.
I'm Dan Quayle. I don't spell tomatoes right. Hashtag beautiful Zip 6 Instagram hotel pics. And hashtag so many friends, so much heat. All of the hashtags are from last week. Drabs, do we have any volunteer opportunities coming up this week?
Yeah, somebody please volunteer to take TK's phone away from him.
We would like that. John Zadar, what's GCG bag got going on?
They're actually trying to get TK's phone from him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The outfit he showed up in to the Faust House baby. What do you call it when a baby's
The weird man shower?
What's yeah, no, baby shower. Is that what it's called?
Well,
yeah,
men aren't supposed to go to that.
Birthing. TK showed up for the baby's birth.
Yeah.
In the ER.
What did he wear? What was he wearing?
He showed up like Quentin Tarantino going to like an
What does that even
execution. Like, I don't know. Someone who's really high on coke showing up and like, is this a normal outfit?
Was it? Was it?
No. Thanks, Travis.
Baby corpses to the Mars.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed, watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.